Welcome to ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Kay Jewelers. Today, we're at the home of the NFL's Cincinnati Bengals, Paul Brown Stadium in downtown Cincinnati, for a Big East matchup between the West Virginia Mountaineers and the 23rd-ranked Cincinnati Bearcats. Cincinnati is the lone unbeaten in conference play, and West Virginia needs a win today to get back in the thick of the conference race. So nice to have you with us. Mark Neely with Ray Bentley. Ray, both these teams have been a surprise in conference play this season, but for opposite reasons.
Yeah, you look at it, and West Virginia picked to win this thing. Consensus have the best talent in the Big East, and yet they've lost 2 games at Syracuse and last week against Louisville. And then we already saw the standings there. Cincinnati 3-0. Have won 6 in a row. Yeah. Pretty good football team. And
you look at each team's head coach, both still relatively new to their respective programs, but both can be very animated on the sidelines.
Yeah, you've got 2 really fiery guys here that run that football program for each of these respective universities. And the one that stands out to me, though, is Butch Jones. You see a lot of negative things coming from coaches, getting in kids' faces and all that. Butch is as positive with his players as any coach on the sidelines right now, and his kids really respond to that.
Great quarterback matchup today for West Virginia. Geno Smith, he's a junior now, but West Virginia's even more dependent on his arm.
Boy, and he's got a good arm. That's a good one to depend on. He can launch the deep ball. He's got enough wits about him to know when to run. He can get it done effectively that way. Now on the other side, Zach Collaros is the quarterback for Cincinnati. He is the legitimate dual threat type of guy. Very comfortable in this offense. In fact, talked to Mike Bajakian, the offensive coordinator. He gives Collaros a ton of freedom to make decisions with audibles and matchups at the line.
Great day for football, 55 degrees. The wind can always be a weird issue here at Paul Brown Stadium, so we'll watch that. Cincinnati won the toss and have deferred, so West Virginia will receive. From the 3-yard line, Tavon Austin hits the 20 to the sideline to the 25, steps out across the 25-yard line. Take a look at today's impact players, brought to you by Chick-fil-A for when the Mountaineers have the football.
Well, Stedman Bailey's got 6 100-yard receiving games this year. He just finds a way to make plays. He's an outstanding receiver, and he's got a partner with him in Tavon Austin. He is a threat to go the distance on any given play. In fact, Butch Jones said that's the one guy that scares him more than anybody else. And then on the other side, J.K. Schaefer, the linebacker, the big leader for the Bearcat defense.
So the Mountaineers begin at their own 28-yard line. Smith to throw on first down, immediately getting hit at the 20 and dropped. John Hughes, the nose guard.
And Hughes just busts through it. Here he is, the nose tackle, and he beats one man, and then he just blows right past the running back Ryan Clark. That was just a mismatch.
That pushes him back to the 21, a loss of 7. Second out at 17, 5 receivers, trips to the left for Smith and the empty backfield. Smith lets it go across the middle and incomplete at the 31-yard line. Urban, the intended receiver, and the strong safety Drew Fry with the coverage.
Drew Fry, when you watch this Cincinnati team on tape, he shows up all over the place, and you can see this is a really good defense, ranked in the top 10 in several categories. Tackle for loss, sacks, and then the rush yards that they allow per game is key.
West Virginia needs to get to the 39 for a first down. 3rd and 17 on his first possession, and Smith being chased just dumps it. The pressure from Derek Wolf. Surprised we didn't see intentional grounding. Is there a Mountaineer in the vicinity? No flag, but Syracuse was the team that really put a lot of pressure on Geno Smith several weeks back and had success. Cincinnati, his first possession of West Virginia, putting the heat on Geno Smith.
Great defensive start for the Bearcats.
Michael Molinari to punt, standing at his own 6-yard line. And now we have a snap whistle.
Delay of game. Offense. Number 48. 5-yard. Fourth down.
So referee Tracy Jones, and that'll cost West Virginia 5 more. And this time push the punter Molinari right near his own goal line.
Special teams is going to be huge in this ball game today. Both coaches talked about it, saying that's where the difference could be made.
Well, West Virginia had a nightmare game on special teams a week ago, and they lost to Louisville. And the Molinari punt does take a West Virginia bounce, but rolls out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Great starting field position for Cincinnati. Let's take a look at the Chick-fil-A impact players.
Well, it starts with the running game and Isaiah Peed, and he's an outstanding back. He can get the edge as quick as anybody. He'll make you miss. He'll go the distance. And then Kimbrell Tompkins has turned into their big play receiver. You know, he leads the team in receptions, but if they're going to go with a long one, this is the guy they like to get it to. And on the other side, Keith Tandy in the secondary for the Mountaineers. He's going to have to slow down Tompkins today.
4 receivers. Handoff. Peed spins at midfield. Push back with forward progress should get him around the 48-yard line of West Virginia. Javon Snow, the middle linebacker, pushed him back. It is a gain of 6 on first down for Peed.
This Cincinnati offense will go fast, and they'll move Peed all over the place, just, you know, to hide him and things of that nature. And then when they have this 3-by-1, they love to throw it up top.
Looking for Tompkins. He finds him. He has a first down up to the 40-yard line of West Virginia. Travis Bell, the free safety, made the tackle for the Mountaineers.
They knew they had the one-on-one up there, and a simple little, I called it a read screen. They're just going to run a slant inside, and then they run it back to the flat, and that's what pulled out Najee Good, the underneath coverage, and that opened up the slant route.
Handoff. Pete running left, finds a little bit of a hole, stays on his feet inside the 30, down the sideline. Pete into the end zone.
Oh, man.
What a run! Isaiah Pete, his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Right guard Austin Bujnak was one of the first to lay down a block to free him, and Pete scores from 40 yards.
Oh, he got a nice block at the end of this thing, too, and then he really set it up by breaking a tackle. Here he is. This is the tackle right here that he breaks. I mean, Javon Snow had him wrapped up. Now you see the late blocks coming in. Right there, a pancake by number 89. Just knocking people down at the end of the play was Demetrius Richardson, the tight end.
Point after for Tony Miliano. Isaiah Peed, a 40-yard touchdown run on the Bearcats' first possession, and Cincinnati leads early 7-0.
Football in High Definition is presented by Vizio.
Plays, and I know, Ray, it's only been 1 possession for each team, but an early tone has been set. All the pressure the Cincinnati defense put on quarterback Geno Smith of West Virginia, and then Peed with the 40-yard touchdown run.
Well, you know, one team came out here ready to play thus far. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to keep going on this way, but Cincinnati was ready to go from the get-go. We'll see if West Virginia can wake up and rebound and get themselves going. But right now, not only are they being beat 7-0 on the scoreboard, they're getting knocked all over the field. There was several pancake-type blocks on Peed's touchdown run.
Well, this is not out of the ordinary for West Virginia. They're playing in their 10th game of the season. They have trailed in all 10 of those games. They're behind early in this one. Austin maneuvers to the 7. After fumbling the football, picks it back up, gets to the 15, 20, 25 down the sideline. A flag is out. Out of bounds near the 42 is Austin. Pat O'Donnell, the kicker, ran him out, but the flag came out back around the 35.
And Austin, I mentioned it at the top, is dangerous.
Holding. Number 15 of the receiving team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, Austin is not just a great wide receiver. They use him in so many different roles. Kickoff return, punt return. He'll even rush the football.
Yeah, had an 80-yarder against Rutgers a couple of weeks ago to get things rolling there. And He's explosive. He can go the distance anytime he touches the football.
Almost 16 yards every time he touches the football for West Virginia.
That's pretty good. Is he second in the country in all-purpose yards?
Behind the Michael James of Oregon. A handoff, Dustin Garrison spins to the 25-yard line. Malik Bomar, the weak side linebacker, brings him down. Here's Malik Bomar, a junior from right here in Cincinnati, Winton Woods High School. His brother Taj played at Washington. And Dad Jerry played college football at Marshall. Second down and 6. In motion goes Austin, and they flip it to him, and there goes Austin headed to the edge, turns the corner, and right near the marker, out of bounds, pushed out by Drew Fry. This is a forward pass.
Yeah, it's an interesting little play. It's probably the least challenging pass. Here you're going to get motion across here, and then watch, it's just a little flip forward, a forward pass. An easy one, but a pass nonetheless. And then Austin, with the speed, is able to get the edge and the first down.
A flip, a mini shovel, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's not in the air very long. Garrison and Bowie in the backfield.
That's almost lateral.
That's Garrison. It indeed looked like a lateral, but up to the 41-yard line. Again, Drew Fry with the tackle.
Yeah, I think this will go down as a run. As you see, watch, he's going to throw the ball from about the 26 right here. And you see the catch being made back at the 25. So I would consider that a lateral. Not that it makes much of a difference. It'll show up differently in the stats as either a run or a pass. But a good play nonetheless. And you see this West Virginia offense trying to attack the perimeter of the Cincinnati defense in the last couple of plays.
Well, there is a Cincinnati player down. That is Drew Fry, who's been active already with a couple of tackles.
They don't want to lose Drew Fry. He's free safety, the leader back there.
So we'll step aside with 11:55 left in this first quarter.
It's time to engineer amazing.
Riverboat here on the Ohio River. Dana Holgerson has the reputation of being a bit of a riverboat gambler. Nice. His offense.
I see what you're doing there. That's good. I like that.
Good news, Drew Fry got up under his own power and went to the sideline. Second down and 3 for West Virginia. Alston down in the backfield for the Mountaineers. 3 receivers to the right. And Smith looks to throw. And caught by Bailey. West Virginia answers. Stedman Bailey, a 59-yard touchdown.
Oh, and it appeared to me that Bailey got away with a little bit of a push off as he's working on Cameron Cheatham. And what a perfect throw. Here it is, press coverage from Cheatham. You see he's got the hand on there. And not from that angle you couldn't see any push off at all. But a great throw. And that's the quick strike nature of this offense and Geno Smith's ability to be on target with down the field throws.
Tyler Bittencourt on for the point after out of the hold of Michael Molinari. And West Virginia answers with a touchdown drive of their own. Geno Smith finding Stedman Bailey. 10th touchdown catch of the year for Bailey. We're still early in this first quarter, but now tied at 7. Each team already with a big play. 7-7, 11:37 to go first quarter. Saturday Night Football here on ABC features a top 10 showdown in the West as Andrew Luck and the Cardinal put their undefeated record on the line when they host the Michael James and the Oregon Ducks. Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. College football lives here, and that's going to be a huge game for the Pac-12.
Oregon won that game last year on their way to a national championship appearance. Stanford has those stakes tonight.
Kick off from Corey Smith. In the end zone, Abernathy will not bring it out. Let's take a look at this week's BCS standings brought to you by Discover. If Stanford were to win tonight, even with an Alabama win, do you think they would jump over the Tide?
I think they should be ahead of Alabama anyway. Right. So I would hope that they jump over with a win tonight.
Oklahoma State, Brandon Whedon and the Pokes off to a 7-0 lead in Lubbock. Second possession here for the Bearcats from Paul Brown Stadium in downtown Cincinnati. Three receivers right. And Pete in the backfield. Tavares hands it off. Pete stumbles this time. Falls forward near the 25-yard line. He does pick up about 3 yards. Marking down at the 23.
Yeah, Pete had a really nice hole there, and he just tripped. He could have been off to the races again.
Tompkins, the receiver, wide left at the top of the screen. Play fake. Kolaris looking left, throws left, complete. McClung upended at the 40-yard line. That goes for 17 yards. First down, Bearcats.
This is a great job of Zach Kolaris. Just staying with that route and that receiver. McClung started in the slot on the other side and ran all the way across the formation, and Kolaris had time.
Kolaris swings it out to Pede. Down the sideline, eludes a couple of defenders to the 41-yard line of West Virginia. There was a couple of white shirts around midfield where I thought had a shot at him, and he just zipped right past him.
He faked everybody out. He even fakes his own blocker out. The left tackle, you see 59, Hoffman, go out there, and he wasn't even sure who to go block or what to do. Pete is electric when he gets out in space.
Those are some moves. First down, Bearcats, number 41 of the Mountaineers. Right back in the arms of Pete. Cuts it back, finds a hole. Breaks another tackle. Down the sideline, wrapped up around the 5. He almost went again. Gain of 33. Even his quarterback, Kolaris, helping lay a block. Darwin Cook eventually made the tackle for West Virginia.
This is a great cut that Pete makes. He runs into the wall right there. He stops. He's going to shoot right through here. Now, Kolaris is up here. He's going to end up making a block for him. See him out leading the way now? Just almost gets a piece of Jenkins to stop him.
George Wynn takes over in the backfield, and not exactly how you draw up the handoff, but they keep possession and advance it to the 6-yard line. A tackle by Julian Miller, the defensive tackle. Bearcats fortunate there on that snap. That was juggled right into the arms of Wynn.
This is where spread offenses sometimes will bog down, having the ability to score in smaller spaces, because the whole idea of the spread is to take advantage of all the space, but you run out of that space when you get down here inside the 10.
4 receivers, 3 to the left. Takes the handoff. Kolaris to the back of the end zone, too high and incomplete. McClung was the intended receiver.
This is where I believe you have to run your quarterback, and when we talked to Mike Bajakian, the offensive coordinator for the Bearcats, he said, hey, it's no secret that we like to run our quarterback in the red zone and then in short yardage situations. And a lot of times they'll clear everybody out and send all the receivers out, get into an empty, and let him run. We'll see if they want to do that here. It might be just a little too long with 6 yards to go.
Yeah, 3rd and goal from the 6. Tipped. Almost intercepted. A flag is out.
All right, Jared Barber's going to have nightmares over that one.
Well, Good deflected it. And as you mentioned, Barber could not hang on.
Might be pass interference, except that the ball was tipped, so they might pick up this flag.
Holding. Defense. Number 26. After distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
And the big news there, the automatic first down, 1st and goal.
Yeah, they would have, well, they called the holding rather than the pass interference. And so that's why that penalty stands. It doesn't matter if a ball's tipped, you can't hold. When a ball's tipped, then all bets are off as far as pass interference. But because it was a hold, then this penalty will stand.
It gives the Bearcats 1st and goal from the 3. And back to your earlier point about running the quarterback, Kolaris.
This would be a good time to do it. And they're still going to discuss this thing a little bit further.
Well, we get further clarification from our referee, Tracy Jones.
The pass was tipped behind the line of scrimmage. We were forced to have the distance penalty, but it will be 3rd down.
How is that not an automatic 1st down?
That's forgive me, that's a rule I never heard of.
Well, it certainly changes things, and we'll try to clarify exactly why, but it is 3rd down, not 1st and goal from the 3. Colares deflected, incomplete. Julian Miller, number 97, the defensive tackle, got a hand on it.
West Virginia fakes the blitz, and then they back off, and that puts people in the throwing lanes, and in particular Julian Miller. So they forced the field goal try here.
It's Tony Miliano, who hit 4 field goals last week at Pitt to tie the Cincinnati single game record. 20-yard attempt, but the movement and the flag is going to make this a little longer.
And it goes half the distance. You wonder if Butch Jones might want to go for
Offside.
it.
Defense with contact. Number 91.
Right.
After distance to the goal. 4th down.
Decision time again.
Yeah, now you're inside the 2-yard line here. You might think about going for this.
Yeah, I think he's going to
keep the kicker out there and get his points.
He's going to call a timeout and think about this one.
I think that's a good idea, because where that ball is at right there, you might be able to get yourself 6 points out of it.
We'll take a 30-second break, come back with a decision from Cincinnati.
Storylines like Cliff Notes for football. Everything you need to know for today's games. This is College Game Day on ESPN Radio.
College Game Day is built by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
In 15 minutes, we'll get a little reaction from our crew from our time down in Tuscaloosa, number 1 versus number 2, Alabama and LSU. Trevor Manich, Brad Edwards, Ryan Russillo, Mel Kiper Jr. is going to join us in a bit, and we will be all over the Penn State game.
But it's 4th and goal, Ray. Might there be some lobbying from those like Zach Colares wanting to go for it here?
Oh, I guarantee you. The players want to go for it.
And guess what?
And they got in their coach's ear, and Butch Jones, he trusts them guys, and hey, you want to go for it? Go for it. But you better make it. I'm sure he ended it with that.
Win is the back.
See all this cluster of defenders right in here getting ready to come bring some pressure perhaps.
Colares keeping it. Met right near the goal line and pushed back.
He didn't get there.
And West Virginia takes over on downs. Flags are flying, however, right around the pile. Julian Miller and Keith Tandy able to meet Colares and keep him from getting into the end zone. But let's sort out all the flags.
Awful late, Mark.
Which the timing of the flags, as you allude to, Ray, important, because if it comes after the change of possession, even if it's against West Virginia.
It looks like it is against West Virginia.
The result of the play, the runner was stopped short of the line to gain. After the play, personal foul, unfair roughness defense. After distance to the goal, it will be West Virginia's ball, 1st down.
There's the point. It came after the play ended, so it's still West Virginia ball. Had that personal foul come while the play was still in progress, it's a different story, and it's still Cincinnati football.
Right. The change of possession occurred when the runner was stopped. The play was ended. Anything after that is enforced after the change of possession. And you see him get stopped. I mean, there's no doubt about that. You see the piling on here at the end right there. Those last guys in, that's where the flag comes from.
So half the distance to the goal doesn't mean a whole lot here. West Virginia is still backed up right near their own end zone, own goal line. And
you're in danger of getting a safety when you're this far back. That's for sure.
Well, West Virginia football in this 7-7 game. We've already had some very intriguing events in this football game, and we're not even 6 minutes into it.
Saying it's going to be one of those days?
I've kind of got that feeling. Well, replay is still looking at this. That's the reason for the holdup here. They are wanting to make sure that he was indeed short of the goal line. I don't think there's any question about that. Tough to tell from that particular angle.
We had that sideline angle, that initial one, that was pretty definitive in the fact that they stopped Caleros right there before he was able to break the plane. This is the look right here.
Yeah, that's the best one. He's a little short.
See, he never gets close to that line.
Number 8, Keith Tandy, was the one who prevented him from getting in. The primary one.
But you know what? The Bearcats, I don't believe they regret that at all. And the attitude is, all right, go play defense. And for West Virginia, you got to get yourself some space. A lot of times teams will go up under center and just run a quarterback sneak in this situation just to try and get a yard or two. They're going to go to the gun.
Big back is Alston, number 20. They put it in his belly. Is he able to get out of the end zone?
Yeah, he did. He broke the plane coming out.
Barely. Derek Wolf, number 95, and John Hughes, the nose guard, hit him. This will be a good view.
This is a dangerous play. You can see he's right there. He's out. The back end of the ball has to break the plane coming out. And I believe it did with that last push from Alston.
So no gain. And it looks like they're going to look at this again. But from what we just saw, Ray, I don't think there's anything to overturn this.
The play is under further review. The ruling on the field is the player will stop in the field of play.
Take another look from up top here. And the thing about it is Alston has to get the entire ball across the line. And it didn't look like he did on that particular angle. But he's got to get that ball all the way out of the end zone. The back end of the ball has to get out of the end zone.
But importantly, it was called that he did get out of the end zone on the field, so there has to be enough video evidence to overturn it to turn this into a safety. And that's problematic.
You see, you can't see the ball on that particular view, which would be the best view. So I don't know that they have enough to overturn it based on the looks that we're getting here.
Well, our replay official, Nick Traynor, has already been busy a couple of times today. And it's either going to, otherwise going to be 2nd and 10 for West Virginia, or a safety and punting from their own 20.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. 2nd down.
Stands being the key word there.
Right. It wasn't confirmed. So that tells you they did not have enough visual, irrefutable visual evidence to make a change in the call.
Which certainly looked to be the correct.
Yeah, I thought he got out. I really did. But boy, was it close. And I don't agree with going to the shotgun in this area of the field. I mean, you're giving up 5 yards already.
Well, here we go again. 2nd down and 10. Again, Alston in the backfield.
How are you going to throw this one?
Smith from the back of his end zone. Wide open and dropped by Austin at the 12. Derek Wolf pressured the passer, but Austin just dropped this one.
Yeah, Geno Smith takes a hit as he lets this one go. Right there, bam, he gets hit, but it didn't affect it. I mean, that's as good a throw as you can make, and that was going to get them out of some big trouble, but Austin just couldn't hang on to it.
So again, from about their own 1 or 2 inch line, now it's 3rd and 10.
A little quarterback draw here.
Smith to throw again, now rolling right and underthrows the intended receiver. Again, Austin about in that same vicinity. Walter Stewart, 54, the left end, is the one to put the pressure this time on Geno Smith.
Boy, this is going to be scary here now for these special teams for West Virginia. Molinari has got to be really careful that he doesn't step on that end line, because if he does, obviously that's a safety. The other thing you worry about is normally you have 14 yards, the distance from the snapper to where the kicker stands. This is down to about 9 yards.
Molinari had punts of 12 and 11 yards last week, and he just gets rid of it, and it's a good punt, an excellent one. Back to the 42. Milligan eludes one tackler. A flag flies, though. A couple of flags at midfield.
Yeah, they're going to get Roberson for a block in the back. And that's as good a play as you can make on special teams, being backed up like that. That thing was so close to being blocked, but Molinari was able to get it out.
57-yard punt for now, a 5-yard return, but it looks like the penalty will push Cincinnati back even further.
Yeah, Travis Kelce almost blocked that thing.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 30, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Check this one out. This is as close as it gets. Great job of Molinari, one step in it. Oh, I tell you, Kelce, if he lays out flat instead of elevating up in the air, he can block that thing. And our spotter, Mike Black, had the stopwatch running, and they got that off in 1.77, which is really good. Anything under 1.8, you get a punt off that quickly, it's almost impossible to have that blocked. You shoot for between 1.8 and 2 seconds.
Well, Cincinnati begins at their own 37-yard line after having West Virginia pinned back around their own goal line. Pede brought down for loss. Miller came out with it for West Virginia, but play was dead. It's a loss of 3.
West Virginia blitzed both inside linebackers on that last play. They're starting to try to attack this Bearcat offense a little bit instead of laying back.
Pede not in the backfield. He's lined up wide right. DJ Woods is the receiver to the left side, and under heat, Polaris pulls it down. He'll run with it, get up near the 40. Bruce Irvin, the one chasing him. It's going to leave him about 6 yards shy of the first down.
Bruce Irvin took an inside pass rush move, and he just blew right past Alex Hoffman like he wasn't even standing there. And Hoffman's a veteran offensive tackle there, making his 34th consecutive start.
A 3rd down and 7. Handoff P. Trying to turn that left corner. Does. Hurdles a defender. Out of bounds. A little shy of the first down, but a tremendous effort for 5 yards. He jumped right over the cornerback, Broderick Jenkins.
Pete is a fireball, man. I'm telling you, he is fun to watch. He's got so much energy when he runs. He's like a rolling ball of butcher knives, is the way I've heard it described. And you're right, he just hurdled the corner, almost got himself the first down, and now Cincinnati will have to punt.
Rolling ball of butcher knives. That sounds...
Try tackling that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound inviting.
No.
Tavon Austin standing back at his own 16-yard line. The Pat O'Donnell punt, a short one, taking it to 20, but he called a fair catch. Austin did, so West Virginia will begin from there. A 34-yard punt and no return.
Well, I give West Virginia credit for flipping the field a little bit, because they had trouble last week doing those type of things. They had a lot of miscues last week.
An incomplete pass dropped by Bailey in the end zone, and Andrew Bowie coughed it up. Blocked field goal, returned for a touchdown. Went 82 yards for the touchdown, and that definitely left Dana Holgerson with his hands on his hips saying, what happened here in Morgantown last week?
They also had a 12-yard punt, I believe, and an 11-yard punt.
On back-to-back punts.
In that game. So, much better so far today on special teams.
Well, the Mountaineers begin with about, I was about to say, 20 yards better field position. Now cut that down to 15 after a loss of 5. Derek Wolf got into pick up a tackle for loss. His 13th tackle for loss this year, most on the Bearcats defense.
This defensive line for Cincinnati, they go upfield hard, and Derek Wolf is really good at it. He'll work half a man and just work his way into the depths of the backfield, making plays.
Smith on 2nd down and 15. has a man open and caught for the first down. Ivan McCartney grabbed it about the 34, 33-yard line, and forward progress gives him the first down. Devin Drain with the coverage.
Well, if Geno Smith gets hot and starts rolling, he is tough to get a handle on. Averaging 347 yards a game passing. He's been over 400 several times. When he gets it rolling, you can't stop him.
That last pass play went for 17 yards. Smith with 84 pass yards at this moment. Handed off to true freshman Garrison, spinning up near the 40-yard line. Dustin Garrison, true freshman from Texas.
The way Coach Holgerson calls his game, he uses the pass, excuse me, to open up the run. They're a pass-first type offense. You see the work between Alston and Garrison the past 2 games. Pretty even-handed, but take into consideration, Alston was their mudder, the guy who ran in that snow game against Rutgers. Who knew, but he can run pretty well in bad footing.
Screen pass caught by Bailey, turns upfield, and he's up to midfield. And West Virginia on the move. Gain of 10. J.K. Schaefer, the middle linebacker, had the tackle for the Bearcats.
Just a little tunnel screen, and Geno Smith does the little things. He's really developing in this offense. He looked that whole thing off and then came back and threw a perfect pass. He's doing the little things that make this offense go.
First down from midfield. Garrison shifts into the backfield. Takes the handoff to him. Smith rolls right. Still looking. He just throws it out of bounds in the vicinity of Bailey as well as Tavon Brown.
With great coverage down the field. Geno Smith had nowhere to go with it. And he had a long time to think about it, too.
Up to 94 yards passing with a touchdown, which went to Bailey for 59 yards. Bearcats scored first on an Isaiah Pete 40-yard touchdown run. West Virginia answered with 7-7, under 4.5 minutes to go in this first quarter from Cincinnati. Here comes the rush off the edge, picked up. And the pass completion to the 46-yard line. That is J.D. Woods, not to be confused with D.J. Woods, who plays for Cincinnati and is a wide receiver.
Gotta keep a track of that one today.
Third down and 6. West Virginia 0 for 2 on third down so far today.
See if Cincinnati wants to bring pressure here. They only have 3 linemen down. Let's see if they bring someone else.
Linebackers drop off. Smith, though, still under heat. Flag down at the 45. Smith running. Hit hard. Going out of bounds at the 40, which is right near the marker. And would have a first down, but the flag at the 45 an issue.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Offense, number 64. 15-yard penalty. Third down.
Left tackle Don Barkley called for the hands to the face.
And here he is right here, the big left tackle, Barkley, and let's see what happens. Yeah, you see he's got that hand up into the face of the pass rusher there. I believe that's Monte Taylor.
Yeah, it wasn't up there long, but it was up there long enough for the referee to see right in front of him. 3rd and 21 now, back at their own 39-yard line. And the receiver, Garrison, was blocking and wasn't ready for the football at the 45. Now another late flag comes out.
And they're going to call, I believe, pass interference on J.K. Schaefer. Schaefer just came up and clocked the underneath receiver. He was running a real shallow route, and Butch Jones not happy about that one. Question is, was that receiver behind the line of scrimmage? Because if he was, then he's fair game. You can come up and hit him.
There's no foul. A defensive pass interference. The contact was behind the line of scrimmage. 4th down.
There's your answer, Ray.
Good job by the officials to figure that one out. And of course, Butch making the play. But there he is. You see the hit right there? This black line is the line of scrimmage. So the hit came behind the line of scrimmage, and there is no pass interference for hitting a receiver behind the line of scrimmage.
It was very close. The flag came out late, right, and it came from this back judge on the far side who
didn't have the view from the side, so it's good for them to get together and work that out.
Milligan back at his own 17 to receive the Molinari punt, and this one low, and it lands at the 35, rolls favorably for the Mountaineers down near the 25-yard line. 36-yard punt with no return. Let's check in with the studio now. Here's Scott Van Pelt. Scott, thanks very much. Those Pokes can make it look too easy on offense. Man. Defensively, at times they can struggle, but haven't given up any points yet.
Make it exciting on both sides of the ball.
Pete in the backfield as the Bearcats begin at their own 25-yard line. Play fake, thrown out to the tight end Kelsey, Travis Kelsey. Only picks up about 3 yards. Travis Bell, number 26, the free safety out of Belglade, Florida, the tackle. There's Kelsey, number 18, who last year missed the entire season. He was suspended due to a violation of team rules. But back in the fold. That was his 9th catch of the season.
Between him and Adrian Robinson, they have a couple of really big tight ends. I expect Cincinnati will try to work to those guys as this game goes on.
B.J. Woods to the 40, first down, Cincinnati. Tackle for Broderick Jenkins. To finish your thought on the tight ends, it seems they have a tendency to pass to them more in the red zone, don't they, Ray?
Right, and that's where they are able to use those big bodies, you know, 6'6", 6'5", and they just post up. They play basketball against receivers down, or defenders down there.
McClung a little high and off his hands and incomplete.
It's a rare errant throw from Zach Collaros.
Collaros will find all his receivers, it seems, over time. You look at the distribution between the top 3 guys, and all in the 30s in catches. That includes the numbers today. Tompkins, the leading pass catcher, 1 today, 36 on the season. Second down and 10. Hand off Peed, meets the pile right near the 40. Not much, if anything, there. Big number 99, George Wright, helping out on the tackle. There's George out of Miami. Miami, Florida, that is. Since there is a Miami around these parts in Ohio, clarify.
Not far from here. West Virginia has really picked up the pace on their blitzing. You know, going in, they told us 50 to 60%. Jeff Castillo said they would blitz that often. Looks like a little more than that even thus far.
4 receivers, 2 to each side. Collaros caught by Chisholm. He has a first down at the 48-yard line of West Virginia. Coverage for Jenkins, but that's Alex Chisholm, a true freshman from Fayetteville, Georgia, who comes in as the 4th receiver in that package.
Yeah, Chisholm is coming along. He's the outside guy. He's just going to run a square. Works it across the middle away from that man-to-man coverage, and the protection held up to allow Collaros enough time to make the throw.
It was a 3rd and 10, and they got 13. A P to carry here. Tackled by Will Clark. A couple of yards, and it's second down and 8. Under a minute to go now in this first quarter. Each team scored on their first possession. George Wendt takes over in the backfield for Peed. Collaros fakes the handoff. McClung fighting for it, but incomplete at the 40-yard line. He had a couple of white shirts on him. Travis Bell, one of those.
Now, one thing this 3-3-5 defense gives West Virginia is a lot of flexibility as far as who's going to be that 4th rusher. See that sign up there? That's one of the tricks that Cincinnati uses to call their offensive plays. And sometimes it's a play call, sometimes it's an indicator, sometimes it triggers another call. Pretty complicated system for an old linebacker.
3rd and 8. They need to get to the 37 of West Virginia for the first down. Collaros thinking about running it. The flag out. Collaros looks like he's a little shy, very close to the first down, but a flag nonetheless.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a holding. Looked like Randy Martinez, the left guard, put the wraps on Will Clark.
Holding. Offense. Number 53. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Indeed it was Martinez, the senior out of Teaneck, New Jersey. His brother Ryan one time played at FIU, Florida International. So they take the penalty and push the Bearcats back to their own 45. Well, it's now 3rd and 18. Clock rolling, under 30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Bearcats converted to 3rd and 10 earlier on the possession. Collaros has to spin away from one, but coming back to make the tackle at midfield, Bruce Irvin. Irvin missed him the first time, but came back and got him the second time.
Bruce Irvin is a one-man wrecking crew. 4.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss. He leads this Mountaineers defense.
Well, that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Some big plays early. Pede with a 40-yard touchdown run, and then Bailey with a 59-yard touchdown reception. After 1 quarter, it's 7-7. All of us, including that, very
festive.
He's very festive, gentlemen. Ready for the start of the second quarter from Paul Brown Stadium in downtown Cincinnati. A punt for the Bearcats from Pat O'Donnell. Tavon Austin back at his own 15. 7-7 as we start stanza number 2. Austin needs to go out of bounds. We'll see where they mark that. Going to spot it at the 17. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. A couple of calls, couple of plays down near the end zone. This was on 4th down. Collaros did not make it. They even reviewed it to make sure. And then when they took over on downs, did Austin get out, or was this a safety? They looked at that, and he did get out of the end zone. Molinari barely got the punt away. Kelsey almost with the block. That was a 50-plus yard punt from Molinari that helped flip the field. Now we do switch ends with the beginning of the second quarter in West Virginia. 1st and 10 at their own 17. Garrison. Not much there. Malik Bomar, number 4, tackling him.
Bomar playing some nice linebacker here early on, stepping in and filling holes. Very active linebacker, along with him and J.K. Schaefer. Between the two of those guys in the middle there, it's tough sledding.
The play lost a yard, so 2nd and 11. Garrison going in motion, swing it out to him, and that looks like a lateral, so he's got to cover it up. And is tackled at the 10, so they lose even more. Now they're back at their own 10-yard line. Cameron Cheatham and J.K. Schaefer over in the vicinity of Dustin Garrison.
Well, let's see if this looks like a lateral here. You see it was thrown from about the 10 and caught a little bit behind the 10. I think it's a good call. Definitely a lateral. Smart play to get on top of it, but a bad throw, really, when you look at it, from Geno Smith.
So the first 2 plays on this possession going from -6 combined, and it's 3rd and 16 from the 11. Smith across the middle and finds his receiver at the 22, breaking a tackle. Austin to the sideline, 40, midfield, pushed out there. On 3rd and 16, West Virginia converts a gain of 39.
Well, you talk about putting it into a window. Geno Smith just splits 2 defenders right here. Here's Austin. You see him and the 2 defenders, both of them reaching out, trying to get a hand on the football. And then when Tavon Austin's in open field, look out. Look at that little window he got it through. I mean, you talk about a game of inches, right, between Schaefer and Bomar.
First down from midfield for the Mountaineers. 3 receivers left. The one right is McCartney. Handoff. Austin Garrison gains a yard or 2. The freshman who has the best rushing day of anybody in the nation this year. He had a 291-yard rushing game in Week 5 against Bowling Green. That was back on October 1st. 32 carries in that game, a couple of TDs, and almost 300 yards rushing. 291.
That's a pretty good afternoon.
Trips left for Geno Smith. Again, the receiver at the right side is McCartney. Smith looking left. Complete at the 46, but immediately dropped is Tavon Austin. Tackled by Chris Williams.
Nice play by Williams to break off out of his zone, put the foot in the ground, come up and close and make an immediate hit on a receiver. That's what you have to do when you're in zone. That's what you need to do. Close quickly. See if they man up on this play. Looks like they are pressing the outside receivers.
West Virginia converted on 3rd and 16 earlier on this possession. This is a 3rd and 5 at the outside the 45 of Cincinnati. Smith to the sideline, and Austin tap dances. He caught it and out of bounds at the 36. First down. Wesley Richardson had the coverage, but a good throw from Geno Smith.
And this is just a timing outcut, a speed outcut. You see Austin's going to get up the field and then run to the flat. And the coverage, it was man-to-man coverage, but Richardson was so far off, it made it an easy pitch and catch.
First down from the 36. They give it to Austin on that jet sweep. He turns the corner. 30, 25, 20, 15, and steps out inside the 10. Good block there from fellow receiver Ivan McCartney. A pickup at 21 yards.
Tavon Austin, boy, it looked like he stepped out at the 15. There's that little crazy little forward pass again, and when Austin gets in open field, it's an exciting time. Bam, right there, you see he stepped out at the 15, so they're going to move it back.
Again, straight ahead for Garrison. A little late pushing there at the end. Already up to 132 total yards. And 7 touches for Austin. Came in averaging nearly 16 yards every time he touches the football this year.
Yeah, and you know, that's what I kind of said at the top of the show today, is the talent that West Virginia has. I think there's a consensus that they have the best talent in the Big East. And when they're hitting on all cylinders, they're an offensive juggernaut.
Smith wrapped up and sacked back near the 20. Walter Stewart, one of those, along with Dan Giordano for Cincinnati, to sack Geno Smith.
You're going to watch this thing. You're going to get both guys coming off the edge, but there's really nowhere to throw this football. I mean, where are you going to throw it? Everybody's covered down. Good job by the linebackers dropping underneath the shallow stuff. Safeties picking up the deeper routes. There was nowhere for Geno Smith to go with it.
And they convert on 3rd and long again. Flag out. Pass completed to Ryan Nealon. Short of the first down at the 10, but the flag's back at the 25. So the hold will push back the Mountaineers. Or do they refuse it?
Holding. Offense. Number 76. Penalties decline. 4th down.
So that's going to spot it at the 11 for West Virginia. 4th down and a chance, you would assume, for the field goal unit and Tyler Bittenkurt.
Absolutely. You don't want to go for a 4th and 7 in this area of the field in this type of ball game. Bring your kicker out and get your 3 points, and then yell at the guy who was holding. What they usually do.
It's a 28-yard attempt. Bittenkurt missed 2 field goals last week, and there was that one that was run back for a touchdown by Louisville. Up and through, and it gives West Virginia their first lead of the game. 9:35 left till halftime here in Cincinnati. Welcome back to ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Kay Jewelers. Mark Neely with Ray Bentley and ourselves and our producer Eric Posman, director Scott Barkey. After our meetings with the Cincinnati coaches yesterday, we went to Skyline Chili. You have to go there if you haven't been in this part of the country. That's the four-way chili.
Nah, that's three-way.
Three-way, which is the cheese.
You throw the
onions on it.
Beans would make it 4 and onions 5, or however you want to flip it. But I'm telling you, that and a couple of conies, oh, forget about it.
Back to receive for Cincinnati. The kickoff of Corey Smith. Now a 10-7 West Virginia lead with just over 9.5 minutes left till halftime. Abernathy from the 1. Cut down at the 16-yard line. Well, with just 2 races remaining to crown a champion, only 3 points separate Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart in the fight for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues with the Cobalt Tools 500 in Phoenix. Coverage begins on ESPN tomorrow at 2 Eastern. Oh, smoke's been hot, winning races. Coming down to the end. Cincinnati scored on their first possession of the game on a Pede 40-yard touchdown run. Since then, 10 unanswered points from the Mountaineers. Miller put the pressure on. The reception at the 11 and brought up to the 15 by the back Pede. Saw Julian Miller come flying towards the quarterback, Kolaris, who had to adjust his throw as a result of that approach by Miller. It's a loss of 2.
And Najee Good closed the door on that little screen pass. And screens are a huge part of this Bearcat offensive attack.
It's in the arms of Pede. Well, they had a long TD run early, but since then, not a whole lot. This was the touchdown run. Cincinnati on their first possession needed less than a minute and scored on this, their third play of that drive, a 40-yard touchdown run for Isaiah Pede.
Oh, and Adrian Robinson, his tight end, finished that play with him with a huge block at the end. But Pede, when he gets a little bit of space, he's exciting. But when he runs sideways, you don't, as a Bearcat, you don't want to see that. You want him running straight up the field.
A 3rd down and 12. Kolaris back near his own end zone, lost the football. Covered up by the Mountaineers. Julian Miller. Looks like he has the recovery for a West Virginia touchdown.
I don't know if, I think Kolaris' knee was down.
No call's been made as far as the score. Now we do get it.
They're going to look at that one upstairs. It appeared to me Kolaris' knee was down. He's down now on the field. But take a look at this. He's going to get scrambled out to his right. There's Irvin and Good. But right there is where I thought his knee was down, but it wasn't. It was just on top of Najee Good. So that ball is loose. Kolaris is still down, but that was a fumble. It should be ruled a touchdown for West Virginia. Here's another look at it. See if that knee gets down, but it doesn't. It's laying on top.
That was close to that being a safety had his knee been down.
And you'd almost prefer a safety to a touchdown.
Yeah, definitely so.
The knee never got down because it was on top of the arm.
But Zach Kolaris, the quarterback for Cincinnati, still down. Big picture and little picture, it turns into a West Virginia touchdown, but for Bearcat fans, the concern for Zach Kolaris, who, when that knee started to come down, looked like it landed on Bruce Irvin, preventing him from being down.
Right, it was pinched between the arm and the side of Bruce Irvin, who made that sack forced fumble. Led to the Miller touchdown.
And Julian Miller with the recovery in the end zone. So West Virginia with a point after. Tyler Bittenkurt. And now it's a 17-7 West Virginia lead with 8:11 left till halftime. 17 unanswered points for West Virginia. Backup quarterback Munchie Lego looks like he'll be in the football game for the Bearcats.
ESPN's College Football on ABC, brought to you by Buick. See real stories of human achievement on the Buick Human Highlight Reel at ncaa.com/Buick. And Peak, inside, outside, all around your car. When you peak, you win.
Well, we may have seen, Ray, not only a pivotal play for this game, but maybe a pivotal part of the Big East race. And we'll wait and see exactly what the injury is to Zach Collaros, but it certainly appears that Cincinnati will have to go forward through at least this game, if not further, with Munchie Lego as quarterback.
Lego gives you a little bit of everything. When we asked the coach about him, said, you know what, he can run and throw and do all those things that you'd expect, just doesn't have any experience.
He'll be thrown into the fire. He has a total of 7 pass attempts on the season. Kickoff from Corey Smith. And the upman at the 30-yard line, Travis Kelsey, up near the 35. And it's a big spot, not only in this football game, as the flag has come out late. See how Cincinnati responds to losing, without question, their leader on offense, Zach Collaros.
No doubt, and you see Butch Jones down there getting guys fired up and getting them going. And he has a saying, snap and clear. And basically that tells you play that snap and then you clear it from your mind and you go forward ready to play the rest of the game. Well, they're going to have to snap and clear the loss
After
of
the play,
Collaros.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Kicking team number 46. 15-yard penalty. Added to the end of the return. First down.
Matt Morrow of West Virginia called for the personal foul, so that's going to add on. And the great starting field position will begin Cincinnati at the 48 of the Mountaineers. A couple of the other mantras, and that snap and clear is a big one right now, Ray, as you mentioned, because that's going to be put to the test.
Yeah, the score standard is they don't over celebrate when they score. The first up is when they get knocked down on the field, they want to be the first one up, beat the opponent up, and then hold the rope is kind of the big one where everybody's pulling and holding the rope together.
Munchie Lego, first pass. Peed loses a couple of yards back to midfield. Najee Good, Keith Tandy with the tackle.
Well, this is a huge game for West Virginia to stay in this Big East race, and then you see where Cincinnati's at now. They've got some Big East games left, but you know they want to keep rolling this thing and run away with it. They already have beaten Louisville, so it's really, you know, somebody's got to get them to 2 losses to knock them out of that top spot.
Pete across the 45, picks up 6 yards. Ian Smith, the tackler for West Virginia, but it's going to leave about a 3rd and 6 call coming up.
And this changes things as far as at the line. You know, Zach Collaros was able to change a lot of plays, had a lot of freedom within Mike Bajakian's offense. Munchie Lego does not enjoy those same freedoms. They're going to blitz it.
Lego fires, that ball airmailed and intercepted at the 22-yard line by Tandy.
Well, and that's exactly what you do to a young quarterback. In a 3rd down critical situation, bring the heat on him and see what he's got.
So West Virginia takes over again with a 10-point lead. Butch Jones's Bearcats came into this game 3rd in the nation in turnover margin. Only Oklahoma State and LSU have been better, but they've turned it over twice today. The first time here, Zach Collaros, looks like a right knee injury, lost the football and left the game on a cart. No further word at this point. We'll pass it along when we receive it, and if we do,
I can tell you from experience, those cart rides are no fun, and that usually means it's a pretty serious injury. Let's hope it's not.
Cincinnati came in a +13 in the turnover battle on the season. They're -2 today. Screen pass complete to the 35. Across midfield goes Andrew Bowie. Bowie, a running back out of the backfield with that catch and run for 20 yards. Now the turnover story has been one of the positives from this year to last for the Bearcats. Last year -15. Again, they came in today at +13 but -2 so far today.
Yeah, that's been a huge point of emphasis for Butch Jones and his offensive football team. And defensively, they've been able to knock turnovers out from people, but not today thus far.
Garrison cuts it back. A flag came out very late over by Geno Smith.
Holding. Offense. Number 32. 10-yard penalty. First down.
And Ryan Clark went to block the edge and basically just grabbed a hold of a defender. Pretty easy to call.
7 penalties now against West Virginia.
Yeah, they've been killing themselves with penalties. And that's not going to make Coach Holgerson very happy.
All back to their own 48-yard line where it's 1st and 20. Austin came in motion. They don't give it to him. They give it to Dustin Garrison, who needs to pile just across midfield. Gain of 3. ABC Tuesday, want laughs? Well, come early at 8/7 Central for an all-new Last Man Standing. The new Tuesday comedy hit nominated for the People's Choice Award for Best New Comedy. Tim Allen is Last Man Standing, all new Tuesday, 8/7 Central on ABC. Second down and 16. It's Bowie who comes out in motion. Smith, screen pass, caught at the 49, turning back. Stedman Bailey brought down at the 40-yard line. Picks up 8.
Good hustle by Monte Taylor of running that thing back down. It was just a little inside tunnel screen. And those offensive linemen let the defensive linemen rush upfield, and then they go downfield to get a block. And that time, Taylor realized what was happening to him, and he ran it down from behind.
Mountaineers 2 of 6 on 3rd down at 3rd and 9. Four receivers. Look like a Bearcat jump. Possibly a free play for Geno, and he's going for the end zone. Nealon has it broken up by Devin Drain, and then a flag comes out there.
Well, it's interesting because the back judge in the middle threw the flag at the official who was a little bit closer. Did not. And so they had a little conversation about it. They were battling pretty good for the ball.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Offside. 87. Defense is declined. Defensive pass interference. Defense number 11 will be accepted. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it was Taylor on that right end who jumped first, and then Smith deciding to go deep, and then Drain called on the pass interference on Nealon.
See the offsides by Taylor up top, and Geno Smith knew he had a free one there, and he threw it up for grabs, and they got Drain for having that left arm around the back side of Nealon.
Nealon, if that name is familiar, he's the grandson of the former West Virginia head coach Don Nealon. His dad Dan has been a long-time equipment manager for the Mountaineers. Free snap whistle.
Yeah, you got a false start.
Offense, number 55, 5-yard penalty. First down.
Right guard Tyler Rader called for that. Penalties mounting for Dana Holgerson. 9 penalties now for 65 yards. 1st and 15 at the 31 of the Bearcats. Play fake. Smith going across the middle. Diving attempt by Nealon. Incomplete at the 10. Great effort by Nealon laying out. Came up just a little short.
And Nealon's just going to run an underneath route. And he's going to come open late, and this is an awesome throw right here. See, just enough loft to get it over those linebackers. There were 3 linebackers in front of Nealon, but he wasn't quite able to reach out and make the catch. But that was the perfect trajectory on that ball from Geno Smith.
Smith to the sideline, burned it in there and off the hands of Austin at the 20, and that ball deflected in the air, and West Virginia's fortunate it continued to fly all the way out of bounds.
Cincinnati dropped 8, and talking to Tim Banks, their defensive coordinator, he said, you know, we're going to have to do that at times. He really would prefer to rush 4 and get pressure with 4. He said if we don't get there with 4, we'll go 5. If we don't get there with 5, we'll go 6. He says if we can't get there with 6, we're just going to drop 8 and play coverage. That's where he's at.
3rd and 15. Bowie in motion. Smith stepping up and wrapped up. Sack back at the 34-yard line. Walter Stewart's.
And Stewart gets home. He's one of the 4. He's up top right here, and he's just going to power rush up the field, and he sees the quarterback work up in the pocket. He comes off of that, stays with the play, and makes the sack.
2nd sack of the year for Stewart, who his coaches have told us, hey, he has really stepped it up the last few weeks.
So they're going to try a long one here. And this is into the wind a little bit. The wind is across, but it is into the face. You wonder if maybe they're going to pooch punt this thing out of this formation.
50-yard attempt from the left hash.
They ran out of time.
Call a timeout with that play clock running down. So West Virginia uses their first timeout. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and be back after this. Tyler Bittencourt's longest field goal this year, 45 yards. That was in their game against Bowling Green.
Well, he had one blocked last week, and I think that's why they're deciding to punt this football instead of kick a long field goal into the wind. I think it's a good decision by Coach Holgerson to take that timeout, think it over, and play a little safer here.
So Michael Molinari, the punter, is out. Danny Milligan back at his own 11. He's just going to zoom right into the end zone a couple yards and attempt to catch that on the fly by Clark. Well, today's Aflac trivia question. What is Cincinnati head coach Butch Jones's given first name?
Entire name. We got the whole name for you.
Well, I'm mainly concerned about the first name, but we'll give you middle as well. But see if you can come up with that, and we'll have the answer on the Aflac trivia question coming up a little bit later.
I'll give you a clue, Mark. He's a junior.
Yes, he is.
All right. That helps absolutely none whatsoever.
First down, Bearcats from the 20. Second opportunity for Munchie Lego as quarterback for Cincinnati after the departure of Colaros with what looked to be the right knee injury. Lego, no gain, right at the 20. Pushed down by Najee Good.
It's going to be interesting to see how much offense gets taken out with Munchie Lego now at quarterback. I'm sure it's going to limit the calls that Mike Bajakian is used to using, just because he gave so much freedom to Zach Colaros.
Keeps it himself. Avoids a couple of tacklers and has a first down run. Well, there's a great example of what Munchie Lego can do with his feet. A gain of 13.
He's one of them long striders. He's 6'5", and so he's deceptively fast. You're going to see he gets away from a couple guys here, and they don't expect him to be that fast. He also showed pretty good stiff arm there.
And he did have a good stiff arm in there. Rolling right, lets it go, underthrows the intended receiver at the 37-yard line. That's Kimbrell Tompkins.
You can see that he needs a little polish, does Munchie Lego. Rolling out to the right, the footwork was not there, and that's why he threw the ball into the ground. It all starts with your feet and being comfortable back there. And I don't think Munchie Lego is comfortable yet.
Lego came in 5 of 7, only 7 pass attempts on the season. He's 1 of 3 so far since entering this game. Look to the sideline. Lego with time to throw behind Tompkins. Broderick Jenkins with the coverage reached up and got a hand on that.
And that was a pretty good throw, actually. Threw it back shoulder away from where the defender was. Gave his guy Tompkins a chance. But this offense does not look the same. They don't have the same energy, the same tempo with Zach Collaros out.
3rd down and 10. Here comes Cook off the edge. Chasing him. Lego just throws it incomplete. Somewhat in the vicinity of DJ Woods. Bruce Irvin flushed Lego out.
Well, Bruce Irvin's having a field day, and he is just running around Alex Hoffman. I mean, on that last one there, he took a really wide berth and blew past Hoffman. Hoffman didn't have a chance.
Well, a 10-point lead for the Mountaineers. They look to get the football back with just over 2.5 minutes remaining till halftime. Pat O'Donnell with the punt. Mountaineers try to set up the return, but a pretty good boot that time from O'Donnell, sending Austin back to the 15. A spin move. 20, 25, 30, upfield, 35, out near the 40. Let's answer the Aflac trivia question. What is Cincinnati head coach Butch Jones' given name?
I got to admit, I did not know that he was Lyle Allen Jones Jr. But early on, they started calling him Butch, and that stuck. And I guess a friend of his father had the nickname Butch, and so that's where it came from.
And his dad started calling him Butch.
Right. And his father Lyle passed a couple years ago. And a real touching story that we'll tell as this game goes on.
Swung out to Garrison. Swung down at the 47-yard line. This is the 2nd season for Butch Jones here at Cincinnati. Had great success at Central Michigan. Won a couple of MAC titles. Went to 3 straight Motor City Bowls. Was 11-2 his last year at Central Michigan in 2009. Of course, he coached for West Virginia as a wide receiver coach back in 05-06.
Right. Said he learned a lot of his stuff from Rich Rodriguez, who he has a lot of respect for.
Harrison across midfield to the 49. There is Butch Jones on the left. Rich Rod there on the right. Jones was the wide receivers coach back in 05 and 06 for West Virginia.
Talking to Jeff Castile, who is the current defensive coordinator for West Virginia. He remembers Butch fondly and said he always had a feeling that Butch would be a real good head coach.
Almost intercepted. J.K. Schaefer, who leads Cincinnati with 3 picks this year, nearly had another.
Yeah, this is Schaefer. Schaefer knew what was going on right from the start. He's got a receiver that's going to come right over here and run a slant, and he's going to lean to it initially, get over there, and then bam, just step in front. Oh, very close to being able to take that one the other way. But he knew ahead of time what was going on. And all good linebackers have to have that ability to kind of see forward, see what's going to happen to him.
Smith. Austin juggles but comes up with it. Advances to the 46-yard line. He's still a good 6-7 yards shy of the first down. Devin Drain with the tackle.
Does the first guy ever get Tavon Austin down?
Very rarely, it seems.
It's almost a given. He's going to make the first man miss.
20 yards after contact for the junior Tavon Austin. This is a 3rd and 7 now from the 47.
It's a big play for the Bearcat defense. They got to rise up because the offense right now with Zach Collaros out, they're struggling.
West Virginia will use one of their last 2 timeouts. Coming up next on the Capital One halftime report with Scott Van Pelt, Jesse Palmer. A lot of eyes on State College, and also Oklahoma State right now running away from Texas Tech. And a lot more coming up on the Capital One halftime report. Now 45 seconds left in this first half. And if you're just joining us, Collaros is out. They go in. What appeared to be a right knee injury to Zach Collaros, the quarterback for Cincinnati, which on the play lost the football in the end zone that was recovered by West Virginia's Julian Miller for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was as calamitous of a play as you can get. Lose your quarterback and give up 7 points. It's a tough one to overcome.
Out of their timeout, a 3rd down and 6. Smith, pressure from the backside, comes to the sideline. Well, he made a leap towards the 40, which is where he needed to get for the first down.
Yeah, they're marking him a good 2 yards short.
Monty Taylor pushed him out, and that spot indeed looks like it's going to leave him a couple of yards shy.
Take a look right here. That's the line of scrimmage he's passing right now. Oh, yeah, he did. He stepped before he jumped. He stepped on the line.
Yeah, he stepped out back near the
42. And that's what Holgerson's saying. Hey, man, you got to stay in bounds long enough to get us a he's even pointing down to the sideline.
Michael Molinari with the punt. Over the head of Milligan. Kept out of the end zone and downed at the 5. Pat Miller is the one who batted it right as it neared the goal line. A tremendous play by Miller. You know, there are just 27 seconds left in this half.
And the rule in college football is if the ball breaks the plane on a punt, then it's a touchback. And you can see Miller just got it before it gets to the end zone. Did not break the plane, so they down it where they end up getting on it. Right at there at the 5. Great play by Miller.
Well, let's see if Cincinnati is just going to run one into the line or take a knee. And
simple running play or even a knee. But they're not going to take a knee out of this formation.
Now with Lego at the goal line, it is handed off. Heed to the 7. And unless somebody stops the clock, that will take us to the end of the half. Well, each team scored on their first possession. But it's West Virginia with 17 unanswered points after Pete's 40-yard touchdown run began the scoring, and we come to the end of the half. Well, at the half, our score is West Virginia 17 and Cincinnati 7. Now let's head to the Capital One halftime report. Here's Scott Van Pelt and Jesse Palmer.
You got me.
Welcome back to ESPN College Football on ABC, presented by Kay Jewelers. We get ready for the start of the second half from Cincinnati. West Virginia leading Cincinnati 17-7. Glad you could join us on this fine Saturday. Mark Neely with Ray Bentley. This game at least began with quite a bang. Each team scoring on the first possession of the football game.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be almost a MAC game as we've seen going back and forth. But then Zach Collaros, the quarterback, got injured, and that changed the whole tenor of this game. But here it started out. Isaiah Peed, first possession for Cincinnati, takes it all the way to the house, gets a huge block right there by Robinson, his tight end. He finishes that off. West Virginia comes right back. Stedman Bailey on the receiving end of a Geno Smith pass, 59-yarder there. And then Zach Collaros trying to put it in on 4th and goal, gets stopped. And then the play I talked about, the injury to Collaros, and not a good scene. He gets, not only do they give up the touchdown on that play, but then as you see, he gets put on the cart and rolled away. And the reports that we have is a lower leg injury. They're going to x-ray it.
Lego played quarterback after the injury of Kolaris. Is there a chance, though, we may see the third quarterback on the depth chart, Jordan Llewellyn?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to see Llewellyn eventually, if not right away.
Ralph David Abernathy, the fourth. It stood up around the 20-yard line. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary from the first half. Penalties were a big issue for West Virginia. 9 penalties, 65 yards. But the 2 Cincinnati turnovers, and one of those, of course, came on the play that Kolaris was injured, and the fumble recovery in the end zone on that play by Miller. Passing yards, 216 in that first half for Geno Smith.
And just 7 rushing yards for West Virginia. And Bearcats, of course, came into the game ranked 5th in the country in defensive rushing yards allowed. So not that big of a surprise there.
That is Lego at quarterback, and he hands off to Isaiah Peed. Tackled by Najee Good. Gain of 3. Peed had that 40-yard touchdown run very early in the game on the first possession. Has been limited since then.
He's running with a lot of energy early on, not so much of late. And here's a nice little catch by Kimbrell Tompkins. Not the best throw at all by Lego, but Tompkins rescued him, get him into a 3rd and short situation.
It leaves him with a 3rd and a long yard. We'll call it 3rd and 2. Lego keeping it. It's going to be really close. Depending on the spot, he may be a little short. We'll see. Darwin Cook, banded safety with the tackle, as well as cornerback Broderick Jenkins.
And they took that spot and moved it back. So it's definitely a 4th down.
So a 3 and out for Cincinnati on their first possession of the second half.
Be a gutsy place to go for a fake here.
Yes, it would.
But I don't know how they're going to generate any points in the offense the way things are right now. And West Virginia late getting the punt return team out there. So we're going to take a break.
That does not make Dana Holgorsen happy, though the 3 and out on the other side probably does. Well, just a few moments ago in a quick ceremony, one of the greatest basketball players in history, Oscar Robertson, part of that quick ceremony. Of course, played his college basketball for the Bearcats. One of the true legends in the game of basketball. Now the Bearcats punting, going 3 and out on their first possession of this second half. Pat O'Donnell had 3 punts in the first half, averaging 39 yards. Low end over end punt lands at the 40 and goes sideways and out of bounds. Well, it prevented Tavon Austin from making a return, but not a great punt. 29 yards and no return.
You want to keep it out of his hands as best as you can. So I guess you can control those punt returns, but you see Austin, who is 2nd in the nation in all-purpose yards. See what he's done today in various ways.
Only the Michael James of Oregon better in that department. So first possession for West Virginia in this second half. Garrison is the back. Smith fakes the handoff to him. Flushed out. Complete to Brown at the 49-yard line. Tavon Brown has a first down.
This is all Geno Smith here, Mark. I mean, he's going to get a little ride there now, a little play action, and nowhere to go with the football, so he escapes the rush and then is able to keep his eyes downfield and make a connection with Brown. That's good quarterbacking right there.
Gain of 15 yards, and Smith up to 230 passing yards. He came in averaging 347 per game. He's going to go back to the air, sets up the screen pass. Garrison, stiff arm, 40, 35, flipped out of bounds inside the 30. Another first down for the Mountaineers. Cameron Cheatham, the one who flipped them out.
Now, one thing you have to do when you're defending a screen is you have to do what I call coop and contain. And basically that means you have to form a cup around this back, and they lose the outside leverage right there. You see Chris Williams, number 20, gets blocked inside. No more contain, and you're going to get hurt.
Garrison running again. The way he awkwardly went down, kind of almost flipping once again. Means a flag came out, but the flag's going to be a hold.
Offense, number 67, 10-yard penalty, first down.
But a Bearcat player is down.
Quentin Spain caught holding, and Coach Holgerson not happy with that whole situation. Is that Bomar that's down, number 4?
That is number 4, the weak side linebacker, Malik Bomar. Out of Winton Woods High School here in Cincinnati. Let's get an update from the studio. Here's Robert Flores. Robert, thanks. Good game going on in West Lafayette. And of course, a lot of eyes on State College as well.
You see Bomar, number 4, right there. Got his. Boy, it's hard to see where he didn't make a real significant impact. Kind of got his neck bent back a little weird, and they're being very taking every precaution down there right now. And they I believe are going to bring the backboard out and handle it in that fashion.
So we'll step aside again as they attend to Malik Bomar.
For sure, it was a situation where they're going to bring the backboard out and take all those precautions, but good for him. He was able to get up on his own.
The Mountaineers have it at the 35-yard line of Cincinnati. First and 17 after the spot a foul penalty, so just a 3-yard gain. But this will be more than that. Tyler Urban slammed down at the 22-yard line. And Wesley Richardson. And it's a pickup of 15 yards.
Boy, this was all Geno Smith's doing right here. He gave a little pump fake to the outside. That drew the safety away, and then he's able to stick it inside on Tyler Urban.
Well, just a little short of that first down. Second down and 2. It's Urban in motion again. Smith changing the play. Hand off Garrison, met right at the line of scrimmage and hit for a loss.
Well, Jordan stepped up and made a nice play. Just basically working on the center, playing nose tackle here. Here Stepp is right here. Watch him get his hands on the blocker and then split that little zone scheme and then fill it up, and then his buddies show up. Great job of using the hands by Jordan Stepp.
Loss of a yard. Third down and 3. West Virginia 2 of 8 on third down so far today. Bailey and Austin, the receivers to the left. And Smith was looking that way, but he's going to run it and has the first down. This is a guy who doesn't take off too often, but it certainly seems like he has the ability rate when he does run to be effective.
No doubt about it. He has the skills to go ahead and run the football, and what he's going to do here, a little bootleg, is back to the pressure. He sees it, works up inside the pocket. Great coverage down the field, so he knew his best chance was to just pull it down and run it. He knew where the sticks were, too.
They needed 3. He picked up 5. First down. Hand off Garrison. Went down at the 13. The flag, though, laying around the 19.
Holding. Offense, Number 64, 10-yard penalty. First down.
Dana Holgerson saying there was a face mask on the other side.
What is that? 4 holding penalties now on West Virginia?
Well, in a total of 11 penalties.
Coach Holgerson probably wants that to even out a little bit.
And 3 penalties against Cincinnati. But those for 35 yards. Bowie is the back. 3 receivers right. Smith looks right, now looking left to Bailey. Complete. Nope, dropped at the 15. Andrew Cheatham had him covered.
This one just hits Bailey right, on the chest pretty much. And great throw again from Geno Smith. And there's no excuse. Stedman Bailey will be the first one to tell you he's got to make that play. But Geno Smith is playing immaculate today. I've never seen him actually play this well. Very accurate with the ball, making great decisions. He's been outstanding.
Second down and 20. Bowie finds a crease to the 15, which gets him a little past the original line of scrimmage prior to the penalty. Chris Williams, the nickelback, with the tackle. To get to the 6 for the first down.
A really good combo block between Madsen and Braun on the nose that created a huge hole. Puts him in a manageable 3rd down.
3rd and 8. Just over 5 minutes gone in this 3rd quarter.
Got press up here. They might like to go to that.
Smith lost the football. And it looks like West Virginia has recovered.
This is the one mistake I think Geno Smith has made. He just held on to it too long. Walter Stewart is the one who gets in there. You see him, Stewart just doesn't quit, and that's been a trademark of this Butch Jones football team. They go snap to whistle, to the echo of the whistle, and they play hard all the way through, and they end up making effort plays.
Clinton Spain recovered it to give him a chance for this field goal. It got hurt, but it's blocked.
Stay away from it.
And it's inside the 5.
If Cincinnati touched it and West Virginia got on it, it's their ball.
But Cincinnati did recover, but you're right, Ray.
Yeah, that's the old Leon Lett play, and Schaefer saved the bacon by being Johnny on the spot and recovering that football. Yeah, boy, that's one of those ones where you need to be coached up. You don't touch this ball. If it crosses the line of scrimmage, you let that thing go. Like John Hughes is the one who got the block. Number 40 right there in the middle got his hand up. Now this one you stay away from it.
But Dwight Jackson didn't get the memo.
No, he did not. And I'm sure he's going to get it over and over again.
That could have been
disastrous after a great play to block the kick.
And Cincinnati begins at their own 4-yard line. Munchie Lego, the Cincinnati quarterback, Clarence out. Injured his right lower leg. Keeping it. Still going. Breaks free. Only Tandy back. Down at the 30. Thought he may go. He had some blocking.
Ian Smith knocks Travis Bell right off of Munchie Lego. Watch it right here. Right there, Bell's got him, and Smith just knocked him right off. And Lego keeps going, and now he's turning Tandy around, and he ends up getting tripped by his own man, Anthony McClung. Kind of kicked the back of his heel, knocked him down.
A 65-yard gain, but back at the 19-yard line, Travis Bell is down.
Bell took a shot from Ian Smith, his own guy, because he had Munchie Lego, he had him, wrapped up. Right here, you see Bell's 26. He's got it wrapped up right there, and then bam, he takes the hit from Smith. And not only did that knock him off the tackle, it left him laying on the ground. That's what happens when you duck your head, as Smith did, to make that hit. You end up hitting the wrong guy.
Well, that equals Cincinnati's longest rush of the season. It's the longest rush allowed by West Virginia this year. Look at Fountain Square in downtown Cincinnati. They're setting up the ice rink down there.
Yeah, we thought we were going to go skating, but I guess it doesn't open for a couple weeks.
Well, just a few moments ago, Travis Bell up under his own power. They were looking at his left ankle area when he got to the bench. 8:36 to go in this third quarter. 17-7 West Virginia. After the 65-yard run by Lego, they have a first down. Underthrown it incomplete. Like McClung, the intended receiver. William Miller is in pursuit of Munchie Lego.
And Lego is not getting his feet set when he makes his throws. And because of that, they've been woefully inaccurate thus far. He's just got to settle down. He can do it. He just is, he's not keeping true to his techniques. And his footwork has gone out the window.
Right now he's 2 of 7 for 3 passing yards. He hands off to Peed straight ahead. Tackled by number 11, Bruce Irvin, who has been a constant presence on that defensive line today for West Virginia.
Hey, he had the big play that knocked Kolaris out of the game. Forced that fumble, had the sack, led to a touchdown for the Mountaineers.
Talking with the Cincinnati coaches yesterday, they said we need a game plan that makes Irvin guess, keep him guessing. Well, he's had a lot of answers so far today, Bruce Irvin has. Lego dumping it off and tripped up McClung. Pat Miller came flying in to get him in the legs. Just a gain of 3.
Miller was set up to make a big hit, and he stumbled himself. But what this does is it gets Cincinnati into field goal range, and they can close it within 1 score.
Tony Miliano, 42-yard attempt off the right hash and out of the hold of Pat O'Donnell. Went left. The miss for Miliano keeps it 17-7 here in Cincinnati. Let's check on what else is going on to the studio and Robert Flores. Wow, big weekend. Thank you very much, Robert. Here in Cincinnati, West Virginia takes over at their own 25 after the miss by Tony Miliano. So it keeps it a 2-score game. With hands off. Andrew Bowie for a gain. Maybe a loss of about a yard. Well, the American Music Awards are live Sunday, November 20th at 8/7 Central on ABC. It's the one place to see all your favorite artists. Performances by Katy Perry, Jennifer Lopez, Lil Wayne, Taylor Swift, and Pitbull. It's the music's biggest night live. Smith sets up the screen, but Bowie immediately hit at the 20. A big blow delivered by J.K. Schaefer.
Yeah, Schaefer smells this screen out the whole way. And he's just going to break up and level the running back there. That's a linebacker's dream right there when you have a running back who's making a catch on a screen. He doesn't see it coming. And you can just bring everything you got and welcome him.
That lost 3 yards. It's 3rd and 14. 2 receivers to each side. Smith completes, but shy of the first down by about 5 yards. Devon Brown, Wesley Richardson upended him. It gained 10, but they needed 14.
That's good defense by the Bearcats, understanding where the yard to make was. They stayed there with their discipline, stayed back. It was the only place Geno Smith could go with it. Then they come up and make the tackle, the immediate hit, and they force a punt.
Michael Molinari. Milligan back at his own 26.
I think they might be coming after this.
Have that look.
once again,
play clock wound down.
This is the second time today that the West Virginia punt team
penalties continue to mount.
Yeah, they failed to get it off again.
Penalty.
Tell them, let's go, get it going. What are you waiting for?
Shanked one right. Goes out of bounds near midfield. Special teams a big problem last week in their loss at home to Louisville. That's a 26-yard punt. It's a huge game because Cincinnati is the only team unbeaten in conference play. West Virginia needs this one desperately to really get back in the thick of the Big East race.
Got a report Louisville is trailing Pitt right now 14-7.
If Cincinnati and Louisville were to fall, it's
telling you this thing's going to be one of those down to the wire races again. We've come to expect out of the Big East.
Great starting field position for Cincinnati from their own 48. Play fake. Looking for Pete. He's wide open. Nobody's over there. Down the sideline. They catch up to him and flip him inside the 10. Broderick Jenkins, the one who finally got over. But it goes for 45 yards, and they forgot about number 23 on that left side.
They sure did. Here he is. He's going to come through on the fake and then go down the sidelines as Pede. And you're going to see he's going to get lost in the shuffle. They're in man-to-man coverage. The underneath the coverage totally loses sight of him. They were running back, but they had their back to Pede.
Keeping it, Lego. Cuts to the outside and in the end zone.
How about that?
Nice block from Pede. Touchdown, Bearcats. It's actually the second rushing touchdown of the season from Munchie Lego.
But a great call by Mike Bajakian, the offensive coordinator. He was saving that little wheel route up the sidelines for the perfect time. He pulled it out, and it worked to perfection.
Point after for Tony Miliano. What a dramatic turn of events right there. Cincinnati scoring for the first time since the opening 2 minutes of the football game.
This is the kind of play that they needed right here. Just a big play where the defense totally loses track of Pede coming out of the backfield on that wheel route. That sets up Munchie Lego with another little opportunity to pull the football, break it outside. He got a nice block coming from outside in by Anthony McClung. That sealed everything off.
Well, on their first scoring drive, on their first possession of the football game, they scored on 3 plays in 51 seconds. This time, 2 plays in 29 seconds.
Seems like Pede has been that catalyst. He's been that guy for him to get it done.
He's been the common denominator in those scoring drives, hasn't he? So a 3-point game now with 4:25 to go in this third quarter. Tavon Austin back deep for West Virginia.
I'm going to kick it away from Tavon Austin if I can, that's for sure. That's exactly what they tried to do.
So Bailey from the 17. Austin turns into a blocker and helps out to the 35. Goes Bailey. Ryan Woodard with the hit on special teams. Well, tonight the ESPN networks feature 3 top 10 ranked teams from the SEC in action. First on ESPN2 at 6 Eastern is Tennessee against 8th ranked Arkansas. Then at 7 Eastern on ESPNU, number 1 LSU hosts Western Kentucky. And finally ESPN at 7:45 Eastern, 3rd ranked Alabama visits Mississippi State. All 3 games are also streaming live on WatchESPN.com and the Watch ESPN app. Look at the SEC standings. South Carolina leading Florida. Over in the West, LSU alone unbeaten.
Georgia-Auburn game later on today is going to be a big one. Because right now Georgia controls their own destiny in the East.
West Virginia. That almost did turn into a tackle for loss, but it could have been a loss for a few more yards. Garrison does lose 2 on that play. Chris Williams and Dan Giordano were there to bring him down for a loss.
Yeah, dangerous throw, and Chris Williams read it right off the bat. He was the first one in there.
Second down and 12, back at the 33 of the Mountaineers. Changing the play.
Running out of time.
Play clock at 3. He gets it off in time. Smith coming to the far side and complete right near the first down marker. Stedman, Bailey up around the 45. Cameron Cheatham with the coverage, but it goes for 12 yards.
Boy, this is impossible to stop when it's thrown on time like this. So just a little speed out cut by Bailey. You see the separation, but the ball is there. It's perfectly thrown. The timing was immaculate. That's Geno Smith getting it done.
Well, I'm with you, Ray. Geno Smith is having a whale of a football game here today. He's at 281 passing yards, 20 for 30 to the air again, but knocked down at the line of scrimmage. He wanted Austin coming across the middle at the 45. Derek Wolf batted it down.
Geno Smith is just taking total command of this offense. We've seen him a couple of weeks ago. He looks a lot better tonight, or today I should say, than he did even 2 weeks ago in a win they had.
False start. Offense. Number 76. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
False start cost him 5 yards. We saw him a couple of weeks ago. You mentioned it's snowy Rutgers, and Geno Smith, who's from Miami, Florida, after the game said, "Hey, I hate the snow." Didn't have a lot of fun. At least as far as the outside air temperature, they did get the win over Rutgers.
Yeah, I feel exactly the opposite, but I'm not from Miami. I'm from up there in Michigan where it snows.
Played in Buffalo a lot of years in the NFL.
You're right.
Play fake. Smith under heat. Has one leg wrapped up. It gets rid of it complete at the 48-yard line. It's shy of a first down, but Austin with the catch. Monty Taylor had a leg, and Smith was able to get the play off.
That just shows you the strength of Geno Smith. When he's standing tall, steps up in the pocket, people hanging from him, and he still has the sense and the wherewithal to keep his eyes down the field and deliver a strike.
Third down and 2. West Virginia 3 of 11 on third down. Trips right. One receiver left. That's Bailey who's left. The pass to Garrison. Lost the football.
Now they're saying he was down.
But he's shy of the first down. Needed to get inside, just inside the 45 for a first down. He fell short of that. We'll take another look.
It's a great job of taking away the outside there by Cameron Cheatham. And Dwight Jackson came in there. That thing might have been out. I think they would take a look at this, and might be worth a Butch Jones challenge. He takes a timeout to challenge it.
That's under further review.
Question is, did those elbows hit the ground before the ball came out?
Well, they showed the replay on the big board here, and the Cincinnati fans reacted as if to say, "Hey, coach, challenge this." Ooh, that ball may have been out.
And I'm not clear yet on whether Butch Jones challenged this or if they rang down from upstairs to challenge it on their own. But it's definitely being looked at. That I can assure you. Walter Stewart ended up coming up with the football, and it is a review upstairs, not a challenge. The question is, does that elbow hit the ground before the ball comes out? Because if it does, then he's down.
Right there, the elbow's down.
Yeah,
I
but
think
the
he is
ball
down.
was on the way out, though.
Well,
I don't know. That's
tough.
That's even more confusing to me now. But that's the look right there, and that's the judgment they have to make. Our replay official, as you mentioned, is Nick Trainer. John Smith up there with him, the communicator. I don't know if I'd want to have to make this decision.
That's as close as it gets.
There's the recovery spot right there. Looks like that ball's coming out, and that elbow is not quite on the ground. When I look at that, I say fumble. See if we can zoom in on this for you a little bit. But just from that look right there, the ball is out, and that elbow is not on the ground. There's a little bit of space right underneath
Not
there.
much, but there is a little bit of space, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm going to say this will be ruled as a fumble, and there was an immediate recovery by Walter Stewart. This should be Cincinnati ball.
And the ruling on the field was down by contact. Ray has seen enough to overturn it, but the question is, has replay official Nick Trainer seen enough in the same thing that Ray is seeing on that replay? Well, if it goes West Virginia's way, they're still going to have to punt the football, but if it goes Cincinnati's way, that's ruled a fumble, and they'll have to spot the ball. Cincinnati recovered around the 47.
After further review, it was determined that the fumble occurred prior to the runner being down. Recovered by Cincinnati at the 48-yard line. First and 10, Cincinnati from the 48.
Well, all the reasons we have replay.
Yeah.
Today we've seen why we have replay. It has really worked out.
It was worth the 2 minutes and 53 seconds it took to get that right. And boy, he won't get one much closer than that. And Coach Holgorsen saying, hey, all right, let's just go play some defense. We're okay.
But have you sensed, Ray, the last couple of possessions, Cincinnati's had a little extra giddy up in their step?
Well, they're a comeback football team. I mean, it's been amazing what they've been able to do this year.
They have come from behind in each of their last 3 games to win.
Down 10, 10, and 9 in those 3 games in the second half, and we're able to come back and win them. So this is not unfamiliar territory for the Bearcats.
After West Virginia's first turnover, Heed, a stiff arm, will not. Well, still on his feet, but a flag is down at the 47-yard line. Took a while to get Pete on the ground.
And I think they're going to get a hold. Will Clark, number 98 for West Virginia, got tackled basically.
Holding. Offense. Number 59. Penalties declined. Second down.
Well, can the Bearcats come back from behind again? You look at the last 3 games, they were down 9 to Louisville. That was right here in this stadium. And then USF and Pittsburgh down 10 each and came back to win. Those are the last 3 games.
Yeah, and we asked Butch Jones about that, and he said, hey, my guys never give up. They keep fighting, and they've shown that again today.
They go to throw, but being chased all the way back to the 30. Lets it go. DJ Woods at the 45. He had to come back for the ball. He's a couple yards shy of the first down.
This, I think, is where Munchie Lego is at his best when he's playing backyard football. Scrambling around, running around, looking down the street. Somebody shows up from behind a Chevy, and he throws it out there to him.
I think they're debating where to spot this because he had to come back for it. He's getting, I think, a really good spot at this point. It looks like he may have the first down, or he's very close to it.
Let's take a look here and see for ourselves where this catch is made. In the air, and it looked like he caught it right about at the 42, and his momentum carried him all the way back even farther to the 45, and they spotted it pretty good. They spotted it at the 42, which I thought was a pretty fair spot.
I think Cincinnati got a very good spot there.
Yeah, it is a first down.
Nose of the football, first down.
West Virginia's going to contend that that was a generous spot, and that may be. But I don't think it's worth challenging by any stretch. But here's another great look from the sidelines from our excellent crew, and that you can see where he catches that football. He's clearly past that unofficial first down yard marker.
So we're inside the final minute of the third quarter. A 3-point game, and West Virginia had a 10-point lead at the half.
And West Virginia has called the timeout. Looks to me like they're going to actually challenge the spot on this, and that's a difficult thing. But the ruling is it's where he lands, not necessarily where he catches it, because he wasn't touched and he wasn't on the ground. And
excellent point.
Dana Holgorsen may have a good case here.
So
see where he catches it, but he's still not down and he's not been touched.
Well, even if where the feet come down, he's back around the 43 or 4 yard line. And in between there.
Yeah, I could easily see them moving this thing back to the 44.
Now, even if this somehow gets overturned, it would still be a 3rd and 1. So this is not a 4th down play.
No, but I think it's a good challenge, actually, after looking at it and seeing that where the receiver came down, the fact that he wasn't touched, and where they end up marking this football.
But a great point about being in the air where he caught it and then coming down with it. We've seen a lot of the nuances of the rules of football come into play here today.
I tell you, every week you see something new.
You've never seen it all, have you?
No.
Well, this is a huge game. Cincinnati, the only unbeaten team in conference play, and West Virginia 2-2 in conference. Cincinnati in the preseason poll was predicted to finish 5th, and West Virginia to finish 1st.
Cincinnati has to go to Rutgers and to Syracuse to finish out their Big East schedule.
They do have UConn on December 3rd.
Right,
back over at Nippert Stadium.
The final game.
But where he comes down, Ray, I think is going to leave him short of the first down. But again, even if that's the way it's marked, it would be a 3rd and 1, 3rd and a long one.
It's not an issue where forward progress comes into play.
This is almost really the opposite of forward progress to a degree, if there is such a thing.
The replay officials are earning their money today.
Pretty accurate throw, though, on the move for Lego.
And he's down right there at the 44. I think they're going to move this thing back.
Our referee, Tracy Jones.
He's gotten the decision. He's gathering himself, figuring out what he's going to tell us.
After further review, it was determined the runner was 1 yard short of the line to gain. West Virginia will not be charged a timeout and will still have 1 challenge remaining. 2nd down.
We believe it's 3rd down.
Yeah, we believe it's 3rd. Dana Holgorsen said, hey, wait a minute, it's 3rd, isn't it? Now they'll have to get the chain set back up and figure out what down it is for sure. And we're pretty confident it's 3rd down.
This will be a 3rd and 1. Now they get the chains position where they're supposed to be. It still says second on the marker on the other side, and I think that Dana Holgorsen is emphatically saying, hey, it's third down.
Yeah, he's making that case be known.
Yeah, the first play, Pede lost 6 yards. Then the second play, the 15-yard pass to DJ Wood. So this will be third down. But the officials don't seem convinced that it's third down. They're saying it's second down. Well, they've got to fix this.
And the replay officials can buzz down and also inform them what the deal is.
See, it's second down. This is the previous play.
Right here.
It's already second down there.
It's second down.
We will review to check the downs.
I don't know if I've ever seen a review for the check of downs, but we're achieving a lot of firsts here today.
You've got the ability to go back and check, then you might as well make sure you get it right. You'd like to see him get it right the first time, obviously, but Coach Holgorsen's finding some humor.
On Saturday Night Football on ABC features a top 10 showdown in the West. Andrew Luck and the Cardinal put their undefeated record on the line as they host the Mikey James and the Oregon Ducks. Big football game on Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. College football lives here.
All right, we got this figured out, Mark. We ready to go?
I think so. 3rd and 1. 55 seconds left third quarter. West Virginia by 3, and Cincinnati and Lego gives it up. That's George Wynn. And after all that, it looks like the chains will move.
Yeah, it looked like Wynn got it on that extra effort. Then a spin move made a guy miss in the backfield. Pretty good 1-yard run there for Wynn. Watch this right here. He's got a spin to make Barber miss, and then gets in the mass of humanity and pushes it to a first down. And we will not review this one.
No, it's only the second third down conversion by Cincinnati in this game. Now 2 for 10, flipped out to Pede, gets away from one tackler near the 35-yard line.
Pede's the same kind of guy as Tavon Austin. We're talking about the first guy can't make the tackle, but Pede won't necessarily make you miss. He'll just break that tackle. And that time Ian Smith came up with nothing but air after having a hold of Pede.
That gains 6. Will they get the playoff before the quarter ends? Now they have an injured player down, Travis Bell. That's what has stopped the clock with 3 seconds left.
You recall Bell also was down earlier. They were looking at his left leg when he got hit by his own guy Ian Smith on that long run by Lego. And looking at that left knee again.
So 3 seconds left in this third quarter. Cincinnati scored first to lead 7-0. 17 unanswered by West Virginia. They led by 10 at the half. And Cincinnati with a touchdown in the second half on this gorgeous Saturday here in Cincinnati. Mark Neely with Ray Bentley. We said earlier, you've never seen it all, but we've seen quite a bit here today.
Indeed. Well, we've seen as close to all of it as you can see thus far. And it's been a good ball game. A little disjointed here as far as the reviews and having to stop and figure out where we're at and whatnot. But I'll tell you, we've had some big injuries as well in this. But what I'm seeing is Cincinnati reaching back and grabbing the momentum. You know, they looked like they were dead in the water when Zach Collaros went out of that ball game, and the injury was devastating and really hurt the team. And it looked like there was no offense to be had. And yet they've been able to find a way to get Legos going.
Kolaris lost the football, was recovered by Miller for a touchdown. He went off on the cart, and the report we have is lower right leg down near the ankle. Now back live, a look at Bell, who's up again.
You just hope it isn't something that's going to be really major for Zach Kolaris.
Bell to the sideline, 2nd down and 4 for the Bearcats. If they restart this clock here, if we'll get a playoff before the quarter ends, and we will not.
No, that's it.
So we are headed to the 4th quarter from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. A battle in the Big East between the Bearcats and Mountaineers. 3-point game. We'll go to the final stanza. West Virginia 17, Cincinnati 14. Into the 4th quarter we go from Paul Brown Stadium in downtown Cincinnati. It is the Bearcats football. A 2nd down and 4 on the 36 of the Mountaineers. Lego to the sideline, way high over the head of McClung. Bruce Irvin was coming after him, though. He had to adjust with Irvin in the area.
You're going to see Irvin on the right side of your screen right there. Put on the late pressure, but he's got a wide open receiver. You got to put that on him, and that just goes to the inexperience of Munchie Lego. And the footwork is what really is hurting his throwing right now, in my opinion. But boy, Bruce Irvin has been all over it today.
Tompkins, 1st down inside the 30. Gain of 7. Jared Barber, the middle linebacker, with the tackle.
Well, all right, watch the footwork this time for Munchie Lego. It's perfect. The perfect drop back, steps up, lets go of the ball on time. When he does the fundamentals properly, he's got an accurate arm, but he's just got to be calmer in there, and that'll come with experience.
Dumps it off, trying to screen, but Pete dropped it. There were a lot of white shirts in the area anyway. Lego's numbers have been improving. Right now hitting 50% of his pass attempts. They're 79 yards.
Big thing is those 5 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. That's where he's been able to generate some movement for this offense.
And he's going to run it himself. Stumbles ahead to the 26. Pick up an update from the studio once again. Here's Robert Flores. Robert, thanks. This is a 3rd and 8 for the Bearcats. 3 of 11 on 3rd down. Lego fires, caught the tight end. Adrian Robinson up near the 11. A 1st down for Cincinnati. That goes for 17 yards. Thought at some point, Ray, they'd get the tight end in the mix.
Right, and that always is a good thing for a young quarterback. Let him throw to tight ends. And Lego, to me, don't move him around. He's been very inaccurate when he's moving to make the throws, but when he sits in the pocket, he's been pretty good.
Hand it off, cut upfield. Pete inside the 5, touchdown! 10-yard touchdown run, and the Bearcats have come back to reclaim the lead. Second touchdown of the game for Pete. 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
Boy, he got a great block from Randy Martinez, the left guard. That's what opened that thing up.
Emiliano's point after. 21-17 Bearcats.
Here he is. Isaiah Peed finds a little seam, hits that crease, pops into the end zone, and Cincinnati has taken the lead. Take another look at that touchdown. You've got Randy Martinez there and Alex Hoffman right there, and these guys throw the blocks, clearing out the way for this cut by Isaiah Peed into the end zone, hurdles the last man, and Cincinnati on their way to another one of those patented comebacks. And even injured Zach Polaris over there.
Yeah, that was Polaris on the crutches. There he is. Headsets around his neck now. Well, Cincinnati has come from behind to win in each of their last 3 games. They've come back here, but can they hang on? That was only a 3.5-minute drive.
Seemed like 3.5 hours, didn't it?
And they converted 3 third downs on that drive. They were just 1 of 9 on third downs prior to that possession. Austin eludes 1 tackler to the 25 and up to the 26-yard line. Adrian Whitty ran him down. Geno Smith, though, through all of this race, had a very good football game going, almost 300 yards passing.
Yeah, he's been outstanding today, doing the little things. You know, he's had a couple of balls dropped by his receivers, but he is really, I think, starting to master and fully understand the nuances of Dana Holgerson's offense. He'll be back. He's just a junior. He should be back for a nice senior year next year.
First down, Mountaineers from the 26. Give it to Sean Alston to the 30 for a gain of 4. We haven't seen much of Alston carrying the football today.
He's kind of a change of pace, a bigger back at 5'11", 2 1/4. And well, he had his breakout game in the snow against Rutgers. And he was one of the few guys who could really get some good speed up in that kind of weather and the bad traction.
They had 14 carries for a career-high 110 yards in that game. Across the middle, still on the move to midfield, Willie Millhouse. Millhouse's first catch of the game takes him into Cincinnati territory for 24 yards.
And they did an interesting thing. They released Sean Alston out of the backfield, and then he ends up being a blocker over here. See, Alston, he shows up in front of this thing to lead the way. Add a little more yardage to it for Millhouse.
First down, Mountaineers at the 45 of Cincinnati. Alston again in the backfield. 3 receivers right. 1 left is Bailey, but it goes straight ahead. Inside the 45, tackled by Jordan Stepp. Here's the studio once again, and Robert Flores. Great games today. Thank you, Robert. 2nd down and 8. Smith to the far side, tipped. Did he get it? No, almost intercepted. Couple of hands touched it. Drew Fry, the last to have an opportunity to pick it off. Cheatham was the one who deflected it initially for Cincinnati.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Stedman Bailey does a nice job of breaking it up there, and then he reaches in and breaks it up again. That's a heck of a play by Bailey, protecting his quarterback. Breaks that one up and then sticks the arm out there and interferes and disrupts Fry.
3rd and 8. They need to get to the 35 for a first down. Mountaineers 3 of 12 on 3rd down today. Smith being chased by Stewart. Keeps it alive, throws. And a catch for a first down at the 30 by Bailey.
All right, this is awesome by Geno Smith of keeping this thing alive and then just throwing a strike against your body. When you're running left and you throw it right on a dime into a tight spot like that, that's really good quarterbacking right there.
Gain 13, first down, Mountaineers at the 31. Cincinnati scored on their last possession to take their first lead since the first couple of minutes of the game, and Smith tackled for a loss. John Hughes, the nose guard, gets him. Fifth sack of the game for Cincinnati.
And that's one of those relentless effort sacks, which most of these sacks have been. See Hughes on the right side of your screen, just bull rushing, pushing his man Barclay back into the quarterback, falling off of that and hitting the quarterback.
Cincinnati's been top 10 in the nation in sacks this year. With 5 today, they're up to 31 on the season.
A lot of them are effort sacks coming late.
Out of the reach of Austin. Walter Stewart, the end, had the coverage.
Yeah, and they do different things with Walter Stewart. They put him in what they call the cheetah position right there, number 54, and you see him might have had his arm around Austin. I mean, you want to talk about an all-time mismatch. You got Tavon Austin against a defensive lineman, and yet Stewart got it done.
3rd and 15. They have Austin and Bailey to the left. The pass is completed at the 38-yard line. Austin, first down. Along the sideline, he did step out. They're going to mark him out at the 13. And another West Virginia first down. They convert by going 23 yards.
That's just a really bad angle by Chris Williams. You're going to see Chris Williams get beat to the sideline. He's got contained. Right there, you see him coming. He's got to take a much better angle.
That's McCartney. A few yards after the catch. Up to the 10. That play with Austin where he stepped out.
Yeah, just a couple yards past the marker. Definitely a first down. Cincinnati rotating some guys in late.
Smith changing again. Hands it off. Bowie cuts it upfield inside the 5. See where they spot that to make it a 1st and goal.
That's some good running there by Bowie. He's got some explosiveness. Another one of those true freshmen that rotate in for the Mountaineers at that tailback spot.
1st and goal from the 2. Austin barrels ahead. Doesn't quite get in. Jordan Stepp, number 94, met him.
This is where West Virginia has struggled this year a little bit, being physical and getting it in the red zone.
Quick snap, and Alston in for the touchdown, and West Virginia answers back. Eighth touchdown of the season for Sean Alston.
Well, and give Geno Smith all the credit on that drive with some of the throws that he made. His ability to escape some pressure and get out there and extend plays and then throw accurately on the run. That was an outstanding series for Geno Smith.
Tyler Bittencourt's point after, 24-21, West Virginia. Got a back and forth game going on here in Cincinnati. A good one in the Big East with 8:52 to play.
Trophy.
Grader's Ice Cream, which has been around since 1870. They're a tradition in the Queen City. Over a dozen ice cream parlors in the Cincinnati area. Grader's Ice Cream. 12-play drive, about 4.5 minutes. West Virginia converted a 3rd and 9 and a 3rd and 15 on that 12-play drive.
And Coach Holgerson's been through the ringer over there on the sideline today.
Yeah, the hairdo a lot of times for Dana Holgerson will let you have an idea of how the day is going.
Now, generally, it disintegrates as the day goes on.
Going to take it out from the yard deep. Abernathy, smashed down at the 20.
That was Donovan Miles.
Who was hurt applying that hit.
And this is a full speed whack right there. It almost looked like his helmet collided with his own teammate on that one. See Cecil level? I don't know, maybe not so much, but that is a violent hit. A full speeder. Sometimes you hit him so hard you hurt yourself.
Very physical, and of course the key big injury in this game, the one that took Zach Collaros out in the second quarter. Donovan Miles being attended to for West Virginia. A few moments ago, Donovan Miles helped to his feet, but does go off under his own power. 8:46 to go in this fourth quarter. West Virginia by 3 over 23rd ranked Cincinnati. There with the crunches, Zach Collaros, who went out with about 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. What we were told was a lower right leg injury around the ankle. Cincinnati trailing once again, begins at their own 22-yard line. Heed near the 25. So since the exit due to injury by Collaros, Lego has been the quarterback, and in the last 3 drives, Lego has helped move them more efficiently.
They're daring him to throw the football, though. You see all these guys in the box. Even though Cincinnati's trying to spread them out by formation, they're still putting a bunch of guys in that box expecting run.
McClung came in motion. They faked the handoff to Pede. He does throw, and out of reach of Tompkins, who had a couple of white shirts around him, sandwiched in between Ian Smith and Keith Tandy.
Yeah, double coverage down there, and I believe Legault, he saw it and just threw that one away.
So 3rd down and 7. Bearcats 4-12 on 3rd down. Flag.
False start. Offense, number 59. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Alex Hoffman jumping. So it's now 3rd and 12.
Hoffman's had his hands full today. Bruce Irvin's over there working on him. And Irvin is so quick off the ball. You hardly can blame Hoffman for trying to get a head start. There's Irvin right there coming again.
Lego lost the football. Recovered at the 9. Najee Good. It is West Virginia football inside the Cincinnati 10.
Irvin had the initial pressure, and Najee Good is just spying on this. See 52 just sitting back there waiting for something to happen, for something to break down, and then it does break down, and he shows up. And I don't know what Munchie was doing with that football. You got to tuck that thing away at the end. He just kind of held it out in his hand and then lost it. Right here, put 2 hands on it, tuck it away. Knee was down before that ball came out. I think you need to, what did they rule on it? Did they call it a fumble?
I'm going to look at it again.
The previous play is under further review.
So while they take a look at this potential fumble, we'll step aside once again here in Cincinnati.
After further review, it has been determined that the runner was down prior to losing possession of the ball. I will make it 4th down from the 8-yard line. Cincinnati regaining possession of the ball.
Well, our 5th review, and again, it looks like they get it right here. And Lego's knee is down before the ball comes out. Right there, and
yeah, right there
again.
He's got the football still. The Lord only knows what he was doing with it. But right there, the knee's down. He's got the football. So upon further review, they give it back to Cincinnati.
It is 4th down, and they have to punt. Pat O'Donnell, it's 6 yards deep in his own end zone. Tavon Austin in his own 46. Good punt from O'Donnell. Sends Austin all the way back to his 30. Makes a cut to the outside and out of bounds at the 32. Here's an update from the studio, and once again we check in with Robert Flores. Robert, thanks. That was a 61-yard punt by O'Donnell, 1-yard return. Those have West Virginia beginning this drive at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, Tavon Austin lining up in the backfield here.
They hand it to him. Austin turns the corner, cuts it up to the 39-yard line. Tackled by Drew Fry.
Excuse me, Mark. Just another way to get the ball into Austin's hands. And, you know, we've seen it. We've showed it to you several times today on various ways. He gains yardage. Second in the country in all-purpose yardage. 190 per game. I don't blame him. Get that ball in his hands any way you can.
Just over 7 minutes left in this 4th quarter. 2nd down and 4. In motion, Urban. That's up in the slot on the right side. Smith under pressure, gets rid of it to Austin. Makes a move to get to the 40, 45. What a run by Austin after the catch up to the 46.
He made Drew Fry miss twice on the same play. Here he comes. It's just a little quick flare pass to the outside. And watch right here. He misses him once, misses him twice. That guy is just hard to tackle, man. He's amazing.
1st down, Mountaineers at their own 46. Bowie now the lone back.
West Virginia milking the clock as much as they can now with the lead.
Hand off Bowie. Brought down at the 47-yard line. Gain of 2. Derek Wolf with the tackle. Number 1, Tavon Austin, junior out of Baltimore, Maryland. Went to Dunbar High School. Such an electric player.
Well, he's getting it done a lot of different ways. You see that 223 total yards on the day, averaging nearly 15 yards per touch.
Stepping up, Smith. Incomplete. Ivan McCartney had it for a moment. A flag out, couple of flags.
Yeah, McCartney stepped out of bounds and then was the first one to touch it on the way back in. So this will be a penalty against West Virginia, which will probably be declined. It's an illegal touch.
Loss of down.
And the deal is, if you, and McCartney did, you go out of bounds on your own power, then you can't be the first one to touch it when you come back in.
Illegal touching. Offense, number 5. Stepped out of bounds and was the first to touch a forward pass. It's a loss of down at the previous spot. 3rd down.
But as you say, if you're pushed out by a defender, that's okay. But if you go out on your own, you can't be the first to touch it. See, he was out with that left foot.
Ended up dropping it anyway. But
3rd down and 8. Empty backfield. Bailey met at midfield, on 5 or 6 yards shy of the 1st down. A tackle for Derek Wolf. So they ran a little clock, but we'll have to punt with 5.5 minutes to go and counting.
Yeah, great recognition by Wolf, who was one of the 3 pass rushers that Cincinnati had, but he kind of got stonewalled at the line. Saw the screen pass, turned and chased it. Another effort play by the Cincinnati defense and Derek Wolf.
Almost got there, but a short punt lands at the 24 and out of bounds inside the 20. Went out at about the 18-yard line. 32-yard punt. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary from here in Cincinnati. 3-point game. Geno Smith, he's played marvelously in this football game.
He really has. And you got to give Munchie Lego a little credit, too, for coming in and obviously not comfortable, not the #1 quarterback, but yet he's been able to make enough plays to keep his team in this game and have him set up here with 5:02 left, perhaps win it.
108 yards for Pete. He came in averaging 103. Lego looking to throw on first down. Will pull it down and now get rid of it. Was he far enough out of the tackle box?
Yeah, no doubt about that. My question was whether or not he crossed the line of scrimmage and came back, but he did not.
It's Doug Rigg, number 47, who pressured. Zach Collaros, who came out of the game with about 8 minutes to go in the second quarter after injuring his right lower leg. And off. Running left, wrapped up. That's Bruce Irvin, who is another Mountaineer who's had a fantastic game.
Irvin's just been incredible today. In this one, he recognizes, puts the brakes on, sees it's kind of a cutback screen, or a counter draw is exactly what this is. And you see Irvin, he starts out so wide that he's able to react and see it. And because he's so wide, he puts tremendous pressure on the offensive tackles.
3rd and 12, but a flag is going to make it 3rd and 17.
5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Cincinnati's come from behind to win each of the last 3 weeks. They came from behind in the second half here today. And West Virginia with the touchdown run by Alston, leading by 3. Big 3rd down here and 17 from their own 11 for the Bearcats.
There's Bruce Irvin right there.
4 tackles, a sack, a couple of tackles for loss, and a forced fumble today. Irvin. Lego lets it go, incomplete, and he hung on. That would have been a first down. Tandy broke it up at the last moment, intended for Anthony McClung.
Take a look at it. Here's Tandy making the break and got there right at the same time that the football did. But McClung has got to do a better job of using his body to ward off that defender and get his hands outstretched so he can make a good grab on that. His technique broke down.
Pat O'Donnell punt from about his own goal line. Austin from the 40 will run left, get a block. Midfield. Turns the corner at the 40 and is out inside the 35.
Boy, if I'm going against Tavon Austin, I'm not kicking him the football, first off. And then if I am, I'm going to have double contain guys. Right here, you see, bam, there's the only contain guy, and he got knocked out of there. You got to have double contain guys because all Austin's trying to do is beat you in a foot race to the edge. And he is so fast, you need 2 guys out there. But I question kicking it to him.
Looked like Reuben Haley. And nonetheless, they got a couple number 23s on that West Virginia team. And pretty good block for Austin getting up that left side. Immediately wrapped up for a loss. Nothing there that time. Hughes. Now Alston to his feet.
And you're going to see West Virginia milk this clock as much as they can. Try not to snap the football until there's literally no time left on the play clock.
Play clock still at 12. Snap it with 5 on the play clock. 36-yard line. Mills and Hughes with the tackle.
Cincinnati uses their first timeout, and I was going to recommend that they do.
Well, with just 2 races remaining to crown a champion, only 3 points separate Carl Edwards and Tony Stewart in the fight for the NASCAR Sprint Cup. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues. We're at the Cobalt Tools 500 at Phoenix. Coverage begins on ESPN tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern. Tavon Austin
just keeps piling it up, doesn't he?
Receiving, returning punts and kicks. Has 1 rush today. Today's Good Hands play brought to you by Allstate, and it features #1 for the Mountaineers, Tavon Austin.
Caught that ball in a tight window. Good throw on that. Again by Geno Smith, but Austin not only making plays catching the ball, but how about kick returns as well. This is the most recent one, which put West Virginia in great field position.
3rd down and 12.
I'm going to reset the play clock.
Now they're set. 3rd and 12. Alston is the back. Under heat, Smith escapes to the 30-yard line and about 5 or 6 yards shy of the 1st down.
Cincinnati needs to use another, timeout. I don't know why they're not.
Well, 4th down.
I don't understand this one by Butch Jones. To me, you call that timeout and save as much as you can, because you never put it back on the clock. You can find ways to stop it on offense so that you don't need to carry 2 timeouts.
Still 10 on the play clock, and Holgerson, who has a couple timeouts left, can wait till the play clock gets to 1 and then burn a timeout and get that clock down to about 2:06.
That's what he does. We talked about Dana Holgerson and what he goes through in the course of a game, and he puts himself through it. And you can see it really in his hair. I mean, as the game goes on, as the stress builds, he gets that Bill Murray look going. It was a particularly tough situation right there.
Yes.
But he has installed that offense, and Geno Smith has taken it to the next level.
Well, Tyler Bittenkurt and the field goal unit have come out.
Bittenkurt's had 6 field goals blocked in his career, including 1 earlier in this game. And this is a long one, which you would expect low trajectory.
47-yard attempt off the left hash. Made one from 28. That miss that was blocked was from 39 yards. Missed it. Threw that left upright along the crossbar as well. Tried to sneak it in.
And there was a late little shoving match going on down there that Walter Stewart got a push on the kicker a little bit. Dana Holgerson wanted a call on that. Right there you see Stewart kind of bouncing into the kicker there, and that upset some people. I thought it was harmless myself.
2:01 to go. Still a 3-point game. West Virginia leading. Bearcats begin at their own 30. 4 receivers, 3 left. There you go. Lets it go. Complete. Tompkins to the 36. Ball seemed to hang up for a while. There is a flag down. Hold on. Flag back at the 45 of Cincinnati.
Holding. Defense. Number 6. Team's decline. Result of the play is the 1st down.
Against West Virginia.
Yeah, Pat Miller called for the hold, but here's the look. Right there, you see that's the hold as Tompkins got past him. But a great adjustment to the football by Kimbrell Thompson.
It's a gain of 34. 1st down Bearcats at the 36 of West Virginia. Heed forward progress, may get a half yard or a yard. Julian Miller, number 97, pushed him back.
Cincinnati only needs a field goal to tie this. Obviously, they want to get the touchdown and try to get a win here, but they're trying to do this with a backup quarterback, Monty Legault.
There you go, across the middle, complete at the 22, first down. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. It was Kimbrell Tompkins again.
And this is where Legault is really good to me, when he's in the pocket. You see he's got the confidence, he moves well in the pocket, and when his feet are right, when his footwork is good, he can throw dimes.
Gives it up, Heed. Keeps the feet moving to the 15. A minute to go, clock running.
And what Butch Jones wants to do is make sure he does not leave enough time for Geno Smith to do anything on the backside.
Legault under heat. A battle there at the 13-yard line. It's incomplete. Darwin Cook pursued Munchie Legault. Here's Cook, number 25.
Now that brings up the third down here. And they are in field goal range, but obviously they want 7. They want the touchdown and end this thing. 34 seconds left.
There you go. Not going to get there. Fourth down. So a field goal to tie.
You're going to see Butch Jones let this thing run down to about 3 seconds left and then use his timeout and try to kick a tying field goal on the last play of regulation and send us into overtime.
Wind can be an issue here at Paul Brown Stadium, even on a mostly clear day like today.
Yeah, we were down there on the field before the game, and the wind coming off the river, gusting pretty good, but it would be at the back pretty much of Tony Miliano.
Miliano today 0 for 1. He missed a 42-yarder.
He's had a couple of blocks. 12 of 15 on the year coming in. So he's 12 of 16 now.
This would only be about a 31-yarder or thereabouts. Zach Pilaris, who had to leave the game after being injured. It's a little over 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Lower right leg injury.
Butch Jones giving some last-second instructions, and he wants another timeout. Was he icing his own kicker?
I was going to ask you.
And I don't understand why the clock ran either, because it was a timeout. The clock shouldn't run again until it's put back into play.
So 3 seconds left in regulation in this crucial Big East game. Cincinnati, the only unbeaten still in conference play. West Virginia 2-2 in conference play. Louisville beaten today, so they're 3-2.
Yeah, Pitt knocked off Louisville today.
21-14.
So you can see Cincinnati, what this game would mean to them. A victory here today would really put them in the driver's seat. Now a loss would open it up for all those 2 lost teams, and you've got a bunch of them there. Turn it into a 6-team race.
to send us to overtime. Tony Miliano from 31 yards. Blocked. And West Virginia will hang on and win it on the road. .31-yard attempt blocked, and West Virginia wins it 24-21.
Wow.
The 6-game winning streak for Cincinnati comes to an end.
Here it is. And that was just penetration up the middle, but that was a low kick. Looked like Broderick Jenkins was the man who blocked it. But that kick was low coming out. And all of a sudden, the Big East is wide open again.
You bet it is. No more unbeatens in conference play. Cincinnati falling for the first time. Ian Smith celebrating. And this is how the Big East looks at this moment. We have the Bearcats now at 3-1. Louisville, Rutgers, Pitt, and West Virginia all 3-2. It's going to be crazy, Ray.
Oh, I'll tell you, this one's going to go down to the wire. And give credit to Dana Holgorsen and the Mountaineers for hanging in there and getting it done today.
24-21, West Virginia wins it. Stay tuned for more college football. Michigan, Illinois, or Miami, Florida State at 3:30 Eastern. For Ray Bentley and our entire crew, I'm Mark Neely. Thanks for sharing this one with us. So long from Cincinnati, Ohio.